Does a good job, enjoy visiting with him every week. He's a good guy and a good supporter of ours.
No doubt about it. And he always helps bring you the Coach Anthony Hart Show. Coach, it's going to be good to be home.
Oh, yes.
Good to be back at home in the jungle. That's a difference maker, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. We have a great atmosphere at our ball games, and it's fun. It's a fun time, and I think our kids really enjoy it. And it's just something safe for not having to get on a bus, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Is it more routine? Is it when you're at home? Would you say it's attributed more to routine because you know where you're going to be, exactly what time you're going to be at what place, and when you go to the field, and when you do this, and when we warm up? Whereas when you're on the road, those times and those scenarios can change, can't they?
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about packing and getting meals and where you're going to eat, when you're going to eat, some things like that. Just being there in our place where we can rest at our place and be able to control a lot of things is a lot easier.
And obviously the kids and the student body, the parents, the tailgate area, really unique how we do it at Madison Central. Hey, Coach, I still go back to that last game at home, and probably as many people. It was just a packed house, and I know the kids feed off of that when they can do that, and when they have the student sections there, and the parents and the people rallying behind the football team.
Yeah, our students are great. You look at that student section every Friday night, there's a bunch of them, and they got a lot of enthusiasm, and they do a great job supporting us. And, our people in our stands or tailgate area, it's just it's a great atmosphere and a different look. That's what's different from everybody else. Some people do some tailgating, some people do some other things, but none of it looks like ours, and it's a great thing to see.
Don't forget, you can be a part of that, too. mcbigblue.com, if you're interested in any of that. You can become a part of that. Get plugged in. It's a great opportunity for you. We'll continue with Coach Anthony Hart after this time out here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Hello, Jags. I'm Mary Hawkins Butler, and I am honored to be your mayor. I'm your biggest fan. Not only do you compete athletically and nationally, we know that the time is now. You can
mcbigblue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. Coach, Warren Central comes to town. They'll be our opponent, district ball game. And obviously, this is a very formidable football team, isn't it?
Yes, great football team. They play hard. They play fast. You can just tell they're kind of a hard-working, physical bunch. They're going to be well prepared, and our whole region's just about like that. When you go in our region, 4 of our 5 opponents every year are just going to be one of those deals where if you don't play well, you're not going to be successful.
Coach, I know what we're playing. I know what our plan is. We're going to run the football, and then we're going to run the football, and we're going to run the football some more. Try to keep them out of their hands. Let's talk about them offensively just a little bit.
They're young, very young team, but they're a good team. They have a lot of speed. Quarterback, I think our figures are they throw it 47% of the time, so very balanced team. You're going to see about as much pass as you do running, and quarterback's a good player, and the running back number 22, he's as good as we've seen.
What about defensively? Obviously, as I said, I was alluding to run the football. I know we like to play keep away, which when you can keep it out of their hands, it's hard for them to score. Defensively, what will we see out of the Vikings tonight?
And, you know, they're going to be some of the things they've always done. They're going to run some buck sweeps, some off tackle stuff, some speed stuff, and, you know, play action pass. You know, they're an explosive team. A lot of big plays against North Rankin 2 weeks ago. Some long gainers, and, you know, that's what we're going to have to guard against, is giving up the big play and making them drive the field, which our defense has been very good doing this year.
Been stingy, haven't we?
Yeah, you know, really, and if you look at our year, we've only given up one touchdown where a team had to take the ball and drive the field. Right. So you know, I'm very confident in that side of the ball, and just hope we continue that tonight.
As I said, Coach, maybe I know we're going to try to play keep away from them defensively. They'll try to get us out of our rhythm. Obviously, Jimmy's played well down the stretch right now. I thought he's been very balanced. Yeah,
you know, Jimmy, for a young guy, has done very well. You know, he hadn't turned it over much, and has done a good job reading what we needed him to read and running our offense, and we look for great things for him in the future.
Obviously, we're going to give him a good dose of Cam and a good maybe see another one. I know, obviously, those both our backs right now are running the ball really hard. Cedric, especially, with a lot of power.
Yeah, Cedric's a physical guy. You know, he's kind of a change of pace guy. Cam's physical at times also, but he's our speed guy. You know, we feel like if he gets in the open, nobody's going to catch him. Cedric's very, very physical. You know, you got to be ready if you're going to tackle him, because, you know, he brings a pop with him.
Coach, as always, at this point in our show, I'd like to wish you and your staff, your coaches, your students, the players, everybody involved, the best of luck. I know it's been a hard work of practice and getting ready for this very important ball game, and I hope we can come out victorious against the Vikings.
Well, I appreciate it.
There you go, Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network. As always, brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing in Ridgeland. We'll return to the field after this timeout.
When you put team first, you'll always come out a winner, like the team at Patty Pack Honda. They've made Patty Pack your #1 volume Honda dealer in the state of Mississippi. Perfect prices, incredible inventory, and superior service. That's the Patty Pack promise, and that's what you'll get every time you buy at Patty Pack. Plus, get Patty Pack's lifetime powertrain warranty with your new Honda or premium pre-owned purchase. Let our team show you why Patty Pack Honda is the people's choice. Shop in person and online, pattypackhonda.com.
Time now for the Patty Pack starting lineup. Tonight's offensive starter.
11. By her stepfather, Anthony Knott.
8. Miles Hobson. 1. Cam White. 14. Jimmy Holiday. 16. Luke Robertson. 21. Hunter Blaylock. 64. Zion Crockett. 71. Gabe Ross. 27. Cedric Veal. 80. Wes Brooks Ross. 63. Jamie Upton. 50. Ben Killens. 37. Kale Nation. Tonight's defensive starters. 52. Zach Causey. 44. Tay Berry. 5. Lawson Stockett. 10. Truett Bourne. 9. Kobe Cole. 17. Peyton Gray. 1. Cam White. 6. Shakobia Luckett. 34. Cameron Moore. 4. Kirkland Trahan. 24. Kenneth Indebella. 99. John Martin Pazak.
And the national anthem being wrapped up right here in the jungle here. We get set here at the Rusty Healy pregame show. And Maddie Gall will be the third voice you'll hear tonight. She'll be our Cobbs Cleaner sideline reporter. She'll be bringing us the toss here in just a little bit. But right now, let's take a look at the Patty Peck starting lineups for the Madison Central Jaguars. And we'll get it started here tonight at quarterback. Jimmy Holiday, the sophomore, going to get the call against Cedric Beal. We'll get the call at tailback. Your wide receivers are going to be Josh Cofield and Hunter Blaylock. The two slot receivers, Miles Hobson and Tucker Richmond. Luke Robertson will line up as the upbacker, the tight end, and different.
Master Lou Pennzoil of Grants Ferry Road are celebrating 20 years of automotive service to the reservoir area.
Line, but a lot of them are back. Offensive line tonight: Gabe Ross, Ben Killen, Wes Brooks Ross, and Zion Crockett, along with Justin Larry. And of course, on special teams, you'll have John Martin Pazak punting the football, and of course, Kale Nation will do the kicking duties for the Jaguars. The Patty Peck defensive line up at nose guard: Zach Causey. Going to be getting it done. Your defensive ends will be Tay Berry and Lawson Stockett. Back at your linebacking positions, Truett Bourne, senior linebacker there with 50 tackles on the year. 8 tackles for Lawson, 3 sacks. The 6-foot, 215-pound senior. Kirkland Trahan, along with Kenneth Indebelly, will also be your linebackers. Your jag backs will be Peyton Ray and Kobe Cole. The free safety will be Cameron Moore, and your cornerbacks, well, the corners will be Cam White and Shakobia Luckett. For the Warren Central Vikings, on offense, led by senior Fred Barnum Jr., the quarterback. He wears number 11, 5'11", 190 pounds. The tailback, the very powerful Anfari Funchess, a senior at 5'9", 165. He wears number 22. Their wideouts will be number 10, Jalen Glass, Monye Spratley, and Colin Standish. The center will be number 67, Mac Foley. The left guard, Nick Strong. Number 66, right guard, George Owens. Right tackle, Braden Moody. And the left tackle, Reed Byes. Their kicker will be John William Madison. Their snapper, Mason Quimby. On defense for the Warren Central Vikings, at defensive end, Jeremy Miller. Number 5, Terrell Smith. A defensive tackle at 52. Your other defensive tackle, number 20, Josh Brandon. And DeMonte Stamps wears number 9. He'll be the other defensive end. At linebackers, Kevius McDaniel, Kendente Lumpkin, and Malik Sims. Their cornerbacks, Jalen Allen and Caleb Wilson. Strong safety, Lamar Gray. Free safety, Walt Hobson. Hobson will also do the punting duties for the Warren Central Vikings, who have on their white tops with the red numerals, gray pants, and the red hats as they've made their way to the field. Their captains are across the way in the Whataburger game of the week, and we'll get ready for the snap. Looks like across the way it's going to be number 20, Joshua Brandon, along with number 34. Looks like it's going to be Keontae Lampkin, and I believe we've got number, what is that, back 67?
Mac Foley.
Mac Foley, and I got one over there, 79. It's going to be Braden Moody. He'll be your other captain for the Vikings. We're still waiting on the Jaguar captains. Maddie Gall's going to give us the toss. Let's talk to her right now, our Cobb's Cleaners sideline reporter, just a minute. But it's going to be a nice night for football. Still warm down there, though, isn't it, Maddie?
Yeah, JD, it's about 89 or 84
He is
degrees
playing and has played so far to this point. And you see the asterisks, of course, are the ones that will be played on the road. And as you see at the bottom of your screen, a brand new feature. It's last week's scores across the entire MAIS. Big thanks to Mr. Eddie Weddick and also to Mr. David Drake for helping us get those scores put in there. Well, these two teams have played 39 times to this point. This is meeting number 40. Ironically, you know, we talked last week, Prep and JA, if they meet again, they could be meeting number 50. Well, this series is the second longest series for JA, and they lead this one 25-14, but MRA has won the last 3. Prior to that, JA won the previous 5. And, of course, as you see, there have been 9 shutouts in this series. So it's been a run of streaks here lately, and the Raiders right now are on the wrong side of that streak.
Yeah, no doubt. Ever since I've been calling these games, they've lost MRA. And something when I was in high school, we always beat MRA. It was always a close game. They were always a talented team. But like you said, it's just always seems to be some streaks. So we're hoping that JA can break that streak that they're on right now of losing to MRA.
Not only 9 shutouts, but also 11 games have been decided by 7 or less points in this series. JA has won 6 of those, and MRA has won 5. So we are just getting set as the two teams are behind their crash sheets. They're going to get ready to come out. You've got the homecoming court. You've got folks in here from alumni from MRA. You've got the visiting stands packed. You've got folks still trying to even get in here. There's a line of cars down Old Canton Road here. In fact, I even see my good friends from News Channel 12. And by the way, real quick, we're going to be broadcasting the JA Soccer Championship game on Monday. That game will be at 6:30. That'll be the start time. It'll be JA and MRA actually in the championship game as MRA knocked off Jackson Prep last night by a score of 4-1. The Lady Raiders won their game over PCS by a score of 3-0. So we'll have that for you on Monday night.
We'll keep Twitter updated and give you those scores. And Starkville is at Greenville here this evening. Hey, a couple of big things happened this week. Let me give you a little bit of information, and our folks out there watching. Cameron Carroll, the running back, who's had just a super year this year, committed to Tulane this week. So that's a big deal to go ahead and kind of nail that down. He's from checking out some of the articles. I didn't realize he was a New Orleans kid. Moved into this area when Hurricane Katrina hit that area. So he's going to have an opportunity to go home and play his college football. He was also chosen to represent Mississippi in the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star Game. Happens at the end of the year. I believe that game is going to be played at Southern Miss this year. And then also Nick Hogan. Nick was chosen to represent Northwest Rankin at the Bernard Blackwell Classic, which is the North State Mississippi All-Star Game. Happens.
We're going to talk to you throughout the night. Good job down there as we get set. Madison Central won to toss Baxter and deferred, and we'll play defense. And we'll defend the south end zone to start this ball game. Let's take our final pregame timeout. Back in 2 minutes here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
There towards our end zone, I already see the big inflatable out, so they're about to come crashing through right after the coin toss.
Cougar captain, 16, Cameron Carroll, 18, Landon Hardwick, 22, Justin Johnson, 40, Eric Huff.
And we'll hit up some sponsors as we go throughout the game, as we always do. But always a big thank you to every one of our sponsors. Joe's Diner providing the meal prior to the game for us announcers. Also, just some delicious stuff that gets me all wound up, ready to do this game.
Captains for Russell, number 1, Daniel Wilson.
All right, coin is up.
Provine won the toss, and they have decided to go ahead and take the football. Want to start on offense.
All right, we'll see how that works. And normally, Northwest Rankin, if they win, they usually kick off to start with and take the ball in the second half. That's going to be the same scenario we'll start with here, as we are just about 1 minute away from game time and ready for this homecoming 2017 game. It just seems like the season has just flown by to this point. We're already in game 7 and just really a few weeks away, as we're really going to have to start watching. You mentioned the games that are going on. We're really going to have to start watching some of those teams that are in the region, see how they're playing, and got Clinton next week.
Yeah, Cougars, as you said, come in 4-2, 1-1 in region play. They average 250 yards on the ground, 168 through the air. They're averaging 418 yards of offense on the season. They're averaging 25.8 points per game, and they're giving up 17.8. Provine, as we said, they're 4-2, 0-2 in region play. And just to give you an idea, they've lost to Starkville 42-0 and Clinton 43-6. So not very good. If the Cougars take care of business here this evening like they're supposed to, hopefully we'll have an opportunity to get some kids in the game.
Can't take any single game for granted. Every time you go out there and say, yeah, this one's in the bag, something happens, and you kind of start making some mistakes.
Yes.
So what we will get a chance to see, and looking at those statistics, they're already kind of on the wrong side of yards there, but now the defense, which has been it's been very consistent each and every game, they get a chance to really show out, and we might even have a chance to see what they can do if they can pick up a fumble or a turnover.
Two wide receivers right, one left, takes the snap and goes play action, wants to keep it himself off the left side. Will pick up about 3 yards across to about the 30. A little tackle off the left side. By the Jaguar defense. Again, Barnum will be in the pistol. That means his tailback lined up right behind him. Corey Wilson Jr. in the shotgun, claps for the snap. Jaguars with a 3 down front. Now the Vikings want to change the play. 2 receivers set to each side. And now the tailback will line up in the slot. More or less an empty backfield. Screen pass, near side, Spradley. And this will bring up a Grace Crossing 3rd down for the Jaguars. 3rd down and 4 here.
Possession play for the Vikings. They've kept it pretty conservative offensively in the first series of the ball game.
3rd down and 4 for Warren Central. The Vikings on their own 40-yard line trying to convert here on the Grace Crossing 3rd down. Williams brings everybody in tight, puts 3 men in motion, will shift them over to the left side. Basically working with an empty backfield. Barnum takes it. He rolls to his left, being pursued. Jaguars are there, and he's going to tackle him all the way back at the 30-yard line. Kenneth Endebelly. Kenneth Endebelly just came out of nowhere, drops him back at the 30-yard line, and the Warren Central Vikings going to have to punt it away.
Trying to roll to his left. Endebelly, a nice job in keeping containment on the outside and saw the opportunity and got the quarterback.
Vikings punted away, and Jaguars going to get away from it and let it bounce at the 25-yard line. It'll roll down to about the 20, and that's where they'll land it actually on the 19-yard line. Big play by Kenneth Endebelly to come in and sack the quarterback. And now the Jaguars defense comes up strong on the first play and makes them go 3 and out, punt it away, and here comes Madison Central on offense.
Line drive punt, no opportunity for the return. Everybody just get out of the way, had a forward roll on it. Rolled as far as it's in the air, I believe, JT.
Good evening and welcome into the High School Football Network Blue Zone Studios. So glad to have you along. I'm Jeremy Kennedy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Another great week of high school football on Friday night, brought to you here on the High School Football Network app. We're going to get you out to a lot of games as we have each and every week on Friday nights. We're going to begin with Madison Central and Warren Central coming up in just a second, but a quick rundown of some of the games we have going on for you. As always, you can watch all of these games in their entirety, or you can sit back with us and toggle in and out and go back and forth throughout the state to watch some of the best games and best plays of the night. We've got Jackson Academy in Madison Ridgeland. We've got Meridian in Oak Grove. We've also got Northwest Rankin hosting Provine in homecoming matchup tonight. Provine 4-2 on the year, trying to hang with the Northwest Rankin Cougars. We've got Simpson Academy and Hartfield as well. All those matchups you can see for free on the High School Football Network app. Just go into the iTunes store, download the app for free. You've got great prospect information as well. We've got the top 50 prospects ranked. We've got video, their recruiting interest. Also, we've got some scouts take as well. So sit back and join with us as we get you out to the first game of the night. Madison Central and Warren Central, Jaguars and Vikings on the High School Football Network Blue Zone mobile app.
And Holiday wants to keep it. Trying to get off the left side, but there was a Viking there to bring him down, number 34. That's Keontae Lumpkin, and that's going to be a loss of a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 11 now for Madison Central. First offensive possession of the ball game for the Jaguars. They held the Vikings 3 and out with no score just underway. Holiday with Cam White to his right, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Holiday with the snap. And he feeds it to Cam White, and Cam White will plow his way forward to the 35-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 7 yards. And it'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 to go again for Madison Central.
Madison Central having success running right out this Viking defense. Going east and west, hard to get to the outside, but run right at them. Madison Central's been able to pick up 1 first down.
Possession play here for the Jaguars. 3rd down and 4 from their own 36. First offensive series for the Jaguars. They've converted 1 already. Cam White will shift to the left of Holiday. Holiday takes the snap. Ball's on the ground. Cam White has to pick it up and not going to get anywhere. The ball came out from the center, hit the ground. Lucky that the Vikings didn't get on it. Cam White picks it up off the ground but can go nowhere. And Madison Central is going to have to punt it away.
The ball rolled back to the quarterback. White alertly stepped in front of the quarterback and picked that ball up. Forward motion toward the line of scrimmage.
Pazak will punt it away.
All right, and here we go. Jones, number 9, ready to take the snap. 3 receivers off to his left on the far side. Hands that one off. Carroll with it and just kind of barrels through for about 5 yards.
It was a patient run out to the right. There was nothing right up the middle of the line of scrimmage. So he was very patient, waited for some blocking to get out in front of him. Picks up about 6 on the play.
Same setup, but Carroll goes in motion off to the near side, and look.
Getting word that Lee Tanner was injured on that last play from our sideline man, Tommy Barnett. We'll check in with that in a moment as Pierce Smith in the shotgun will look and hand it off again to Reeves. Reeves is going to be hit by Pitts, spun down as well with a little help from Beard.
Another good stop by Pitts. Pitts just does a good job of shooting the gap. With
Jackson Academy looking at 2nd and 9 defensively again as the MRA Patriots are moving the football. They know how to put the ball in the end zone, that's for sure. They are a talented offensive bunch. And now a little option fake, a nice fake toss by Pierce Smith, and he is met by Beard and driven backwards, but his forward progress carries him down to the...
On the Raider defense on 3rd downs. Some busted coverages, runs on 3rd downs, and so this is a crucial part of this game. We already gave up 1 3rd down.
That'll put him on the 1. Here's the snap. Carroll takes it, just goes right up the middle. Caught it. It looked like he made it in, waiting on the call.
And going to allow this offense to get back on the field and hopefully get some momentum going.
4th and 15. Don't forget to check in with your Raider Rewards app here at the football field. It will be a touchback off the foot.
And Tanner's still limping. He went out there to punt, but he's limping off the sidelines. Beautiful punt. Almost took a really good bounce for MRA, but rolled right into the end zone.
Raiders grateful for that. Gives them the ball to 20 instead of inside that 10 or 5 yard line. Good look at the MRA side. Very well represented tonight for homecoming 2017. Neither team scores on their first possession. Now the Raiders get it for their second, and they'll get 5 free yards to start.
Flags on the play.
That's a good way to start this drive, Brian. You know, last week we saw the Raiders get some breaks like this, some penalties go in their direction, but unfortunately they weren't able to capitalize and ended up shooting themselves in the foot sometimes. So hopefully
takes the snap from the gun, and he in the corner there. No running the room for Cedric Beal, and this will be 3rd.
Backed up in the shadows on their own goal post and about the 7-yard line.
3rd down and 11 to go. From the 7-yard line, Jaguars need a first down in a bad way. 4:14 to play in the first. Play clock clicking down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Madison Central going to have to call a timeout. And they will, and I do believe they got it. And it will be a timeout, Jaguars, even though there's laundry on the field. Play clock was getting low, and the Jaguars get the timeout, or do they?
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell from this vantage point. Looks like it is going to be a penalty.
They're going to mark it off. They're going to not give them the timeout. So the ball will be spotted inside the 5-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 14 to go. Jaguars deep in their own territory. Vikings got them right where they want them. Jimmy Holiday with Cedric Beal in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Holiday stands in his own end zone, and now we get a timeout. So we'll take the timeout with them back here in 30 seconds here on the Madison Central Football Network. Firehouse Subs timeout. MC Big Blue.
Just talked about shooting themselves in the foot. They get a free 5 yards and then give it right back to them.
So it's 2nd and 9. No flags as the Raiders strike first. 79 yards for pay dirt. E.J. Mason hits the end zone for the 4th time this season.
And that's just exactly what this team needed. Dent, what a job. Stepping back in the pocket, sets his feet, and just throws an absolutely beautiful ball with perfect touch. And Mason just catches it in stride. You can't execute a play better. And Mason shows his speed, gets separation from the defender, and is off to the races.
Looking to add the extra point is Lucas. Gebhardt. Lucas the punter. My brain was a little bit off there. Up and through for the extra point is Land Gebhardt as Jackson Academy is on the scoreboard first. 7-0 Raiders as Kincaid Dent drops this beautiful ball to E.J. Mason. And from 79 yards out, the JA Raiders take their first lead in 2 ball games here in Madison.
Holiday from the shotgun. 3rd down and 14. Jaguars delay draw. Go to Cedric Beal. And Cedric Beal will push the pile to the 10-yard line, and the Jaguars are going to punt it away.
So Pazak will check in, be staying in his own end zone. Try to punch one away. Madison Central, on their 2 offensive possessions, have been bottled up in their own end of the field.
Awaits the snap. Vikings going to bring everybody, try to come after him here. He gets good coverage, and what a kick by Pazak. Going to drive him back all the way to the 40-yard line, and the Jaguars are there. They're going to hem him up at the 42-yard line. That was Baxter. That was a good 60-yard punt, 65-yard punt, because he was in the end zone and punted it all the way back to the 40. Let's give him about 64 yards on that one. Pazak got it to turn over. And, boy, they get out of there on special teams.
Well, I tell you what, tremendous coverage by the Jags, too, as they were right there. Pazak did not kick the coverage. They had the return man for Warren Central bottled up immediately.
Fred Barnum Jr. going to work with an empty backfield. 2 receivers to each side, 1 in the slot. Barnum going to bring a man in motion and takes the snap and gives it on the speed play on the corner. Jaguars going to seal the edge and drop the tailback.
Thrown over the middle, looking for number 2. He's hit quickly and brought down. Good protection there from the Oak Grove offensive line. He's got time to do a few things there. That tackle was made by number 26 for Meridian, Jalen Jennings, at safety. That brings up 1st and 10, ball at the Meridian 32. Ball snapped again, handed off up the middle to number 33. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up 2 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8 now for Oak Grove.
Yeah, just a lineup in I formation, trying to soften that defensive lineup for Meridian. But you know what? We're going to have to get discipline in our secondary tonight, because that was just a setup, Tim. I think they're going to take a shot right here.
A lot of work going to be done in that secondary tonight. 4 wide receivers again. Mr. Plumlee, clock goes down to 13. He drops back, throws it over the top, and we'll see goes out of bounds. Good contest there from Derek Terrell, the senior, on that left side to take that angle away and to make it an incompletion.
No Eli Stringfellow.
Yeah, no Eli Stringfellow tonight.
No Eli Stringfellow. Don't know didn't hear no injury report or no status like that.
So you've got somebody new back there in the secondary, and Eli's not playing. That is a good point there. 4 wide again for Oak Grove. 3rd and 8 for Oak Grove. And Mr. Plumlee, 3rd and 8 now. Catch trying to get off the field here. Plumlee drops back, trying to throw it over the top. Looking, contested, and he will catch it out of bounds. And good defense there, again, from the secondary. Meridian picking up that wheel route underneath. And Derek Terrell, again, makes a play, takes it away, and that'll bring up 4th down. We'll see what Oak Grove elects to do, if they will try for the field goal, if they will go for it. But it is 4th and a long 8 for Oak Grove. We'll see what they do.
I don't know if that was it was good defense, but probably Mr. Plumlee hit on that ball a little too long. He had him wide open.
Calls another Warren Central drive, but Madison Central once again will be backed up deep in Mana's territory at about the 8-yard line.
First turnover of the game, and boy, Jacoby Luckett had his eyes on it as we look at the Georgia Blue replay. He was the intended receiver.
Again,
that comes down.
That go back to the discipline that we reiterate every week, that we have to stay disciplined.
We'll say 4th and 4 now. 7:24 left to go. Oak Grove leads by a score of 7-6, but they are in Meridian territory after a bad punt on fourth down from Terrell Thompson. Ball is at the 20. You'll see right at the 25-yard line, and we've got some flags on the field. No indication, and I don't know what's going on here. I think we got a sideline warning on Meridian. We did get a sideline warning. So it's still going to be 4th and we'll say 4th and 4. It's a long 3. 4th and 4 here. Ball is at the 26-yard line. Oak Grove trying to get this first down. Plumlee in the shotgun. 1 man in the backfield. Hands it off on that left side, and he will run at the 20, 15, 5, 10 touchdown. Oak Grove on the 4th down play. So 7:16 left to go in the first quarter. And Meridian now is trailing by a score of 13-6. And you cannot give Oak Grove that short field. 4th and 8, and you give up 5 yards, turns into 4th and 4, and they score a touchdown.
Right. Once again, just like last week against Pearl. Pearl, for every penalty, for every turnover we cause, Pearl capitalize on it. And guess what? We give up a penalty, give them short field. The very next play, the running back from Oak Grove was able to bounce in, basically untouched for a Oak Grove touchdown. So now at the 7:16 mark here in the first quarter, it's the visiting Oak Grove Warriors leading your home standard Meridian Wildcats of a score of 14-6.
So now Oak Grove will get ready to kick this ball off. We'll take a 30-second station break and go back to the studio on your home for Wildcat football, 95.1 The Beat.
Inside the 35. Raiders going to try to stop Pierce Smith and the Patriots on 4th down. A high throw broken up by Jairi Myers, and the Raiders get a turnover on downs.
Great play by Myers, and it's a beautifully thrown ball. Receiver just runs a out route just past the first down marker, and Jairi's right on his hip, gets his hand in there, and deflects the pass to cause a turnover on downs, and that's another huge stop. You know, we just talked about it a little bit earlier of how J.A. struggled last week. They would do a good job of getting to these 3rd downs, these 4th downs, and have an opportunity to get off the field, but unfortunately would just have mental mistakes, and they're proven to be minimizing that and have worked hard on it this past week.
Now the Raiders on 1st and 10. A give to Webb Strickland. Strickland power running across the 40-yard line, and a tackle by Joe Perkins after a nice gain by Webb Strickland.
Great job by Strickland. That's exactly what you want on a 1st down. Pick up about 6, going to bring it to 2nd and 4, and that's what you want. Keep picking up yards, moving the sticks, and when you pick up 6 on 1st down, it makes these next 2 play calls for these coaches so much easier. And it looks like Jay's having some success on the ground tonight. You know, Strickland doing a good job there. Hope to see him and Steve carrying the ball a lot, which hopefully will open up that passing game attack for Kincaid.
Hard-nosed running for sure, and now Kincaid Dent will keep it himself and perhaps gain a yard because he's 6'4", and that might be the only reason he was able to gain a yard there on the tackle by Ridge Futrell.
That's a play we've seen Kincaid have a lot of success on. He does a really good job of just finding little gaps and following his blockers. But unfortunately, they're just nowhere to go. Going to bring up a 3rd down.
So the Raiders, a 3rd down decision here. Is it a passing down? That's the question that we will get answered here, and the answer is yes, and it's a perfect strike again to E.J. Mason. Can he break free? E.J. Mason gets tripped up, keeps his feet, brought down inside the 15-yard line. 1st down for the Raiders in the red zone.
And just look at his break.
Holiday gets the snap, and they were trying the read option, and I'm not sure if Jimmy wanted to keep it or Cedric wanted to keep it, but there it is right there, and they just mishandled the read and the handoff, and a scoop and score by Malik Sims. And the Vikings get on the board first. Point after touchdown is on the way. It is good, and the Vikings strike first blood on a scoop and score, a 30-yard scoop and score.
An option pass it too, and he is.
Well, you know what?
The ball gets loose.
See,
and they're going to say he was
just
down
a minute,
prior to
45 seconds taking off the clock. Basically,
looked to me like it was 33 Marco Mitchell
against an offense like Oak Grove,
and confirmed by our PA announcer. Eyes did not deceive me. There were several guys that had a chance. He just happened to be the first one to make contact.
Thompson again back to punt.
Tapper,
try to get a better punt away this time, and it may have been partially blocked, but it takes some Meridian bounce. We'll go over into Oak Grove territory. Ball will be down at the Oak Grove 39-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And
I snap again.
You're looking for Meridian to make a stop here. Got to make a stop. And more importantly, offense has got to get going.
And touch there by number 4, Washington.
It works together.
And the Cougars are going to
right
take
now,
it from about their 42.
Those guys on that
Warren Central recovers a fumble and takes it into the end zone, and they now lead Madison Central 7-0.
If you got to ask your defense right now to get you a good 3 and out, and that when they walk out the field, you got to get your offense to get a drive going.
Plumlee's got 3 wide receivers to his left. He hands it off. No, he keeps it up the middle. partially brought
Amari
down.
Jones
Has a
comes in,
little room on the
quarterback,
left side.
33
Catch
of
just missing
59
tackles left and
for
right there.
554
That's an
yards,
11-yard
7
gain.
touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
I'm sorry, a 12-yard gain. He'll be brought down
Cameron
at the
Carroll comes in with
52-yard line.
122
Just missing tackles up front.
928
from
yards,
Oak, like we
5
alluded to earlier in the
touchdowns.
game, that he was a true dual threat quarterback, and actually he should have been brought down in the backfield.
And Jamari Jones
He broke
takes the handoff. Intended
I was
receiver
counting
there was
5
Gladney,
tackles,
number
and
8.
now
That
Oak
was
Grove is
low and incomplete.
first down with
Jamari
5:36
Jones
in the first
immediately
quarter.
went to his
with the lead.
chest. That was my bad.
Ball at the
And, he
47-yard
knows he kind of
line.
short-armed
Botched
that
snap
just
there.
a little bit.
And he
Montel
still
Gladney
picks it up
came
and
out of
picks
his
up 4
break, and
yards
he was
there.
wide open.
So
he sat down
heads up
inside
play
that
from the
zone
quarterback from
defense,
Oak Grove. Snap on
wide
the
open.
ground.
All
He still
has
picks
to
it
do
up.
is,
Picks
make
up
a little throw right out there
about
to his
5 yards.
fingertips, but it
And
was
now
about
the
5 or
catch.
6 yards short of him.
Now Oak Grove looking at second and
Jones
5.
standing now with
Ball at the
23 and 25. D. Baker,
42-yard line.
but he throws that one overthrown.
Need somebody, need one of these cats, these big cats up front.
Threw it too hard.
To get some
Carson
penetration
Banks is
and let's
wide
get a-
open, coming
a
out of the
stop.
slot position.
5 minutes
right
left
back
in the
over
first
the
quarter.
logo
Plumlee hands
in
it
the
off
middle
up the
part
middle.
of the
He's
field.
hit in the middle.
And if he
and
throws
brought
that just a
down.
little
Nope.
bit easier, it was on
I don't know
target.
if he got any
But he just
gain
threw
there.
a fastball. No need to throw it that fast.
We'll see what they
On the
get.
backfield with him. Takes a snap, high snap, has to pull it down. Cam White's met immediately, and it'll be no gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 for Madison Central from their own 24-yard line.
But JT, Warren Central's walking the linebackers up right on the line of scrimmage. You got a 4-man defensive front, and then the linebackers too. Just more folks at times than Madison Central can block. They bring in everybody.
Big possession play here for Madison Central. 3rd down and 6 from their own 24. Trip receiver set to the left, one to the right. Holiday takes the snap, gives it to Cam White, and Cam White will go forward for about 2 yards, make it 3 yards, but it'll be short of the 1st down marker, and the Jaguars are going to have to punt it away.
Vikings walk that middle linebacker right up over the center. Was not in a 3-point stance, standing up, but crowding that line of scrimmage, expecting Madison Central to run. Pazak will check in, who got off a boomer the last time he was in the ball game.
Pazak awaits the snap now, stands on his own 12, gets a good snap. Got to get another good leg into it, and he gets a high driving kick. It'll be fielded at the 30. Receiver's going to get past 1 tackle, now 2 tackles, and finally will be corralled at the 35-yard line. 7-0 your score, 9:16 to play. Vikings will have the football. Let's talk to Maddie Gall, our Cobbs Cleaner sideline reporter. Maddie, it's a big night for education here tonight at Madison Central, isn't it?
Yeah, JT, tonight we're honoring a lot of our special students at Madison Central with the 30-plus club, which is the ACT, National Merit Scholars, and AP Scholars. So it's a great night to honor those successful scholars here.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and looking forward to hearing from you, our Cobbs Cleaner sideline reporter, Maddie Gall. As we get ready, Fred Barnum will be in the backfield, has Corey Wilson Jr. back there with him, 2 receivers to each side. Barnum takes the snap, looks for the screen pass, and it's immediately hit incomplete, intended on the right side, but in there to lower the boom was Edrin Harper. And it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Vikings.
Knocked the ball loose at the point of contact. Nice job getting there just as the ball arrived. So 2nd and 10 for Warren Central.
Fred Barnum with 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, has Wilson Jr. in the backfield with him, and another back to his left. Looks to the sidelines, takes the snap, hands it off, looking on the right side, and nowhere to go. Corey Wilson Jr. is going to be dropped for about a 3-yard loss back to the 32-yard line.
Trying to go outside, nothing there, Madison Central. Set the edge, no place to go. Possession play for the Vikings.
Grace crossing 3rd down here for the Jaguar defense. It'll bring up 3rd and 13 for the Vikings from their own 32-yard line. They have a 7-0 lead after a 30-yard scoop and score off a fumble. Trip receivers left, 1 to the right. Barnum has 1 man in the backfield with him. He wants to throw. Now it's a delayed draw, trying to find something up the middle. Nowhere to go. The Jaguars are there.
Man, what are some hands on these receivers? King, a high ball, but he brought it down inside the 20 to the 15.
DeMontavious King, yeah, that's a flag on the play there after the, looks like a little extracurricular activity there, may be against the Vicksburg Gators.
Unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of the play here. This could be half the distance if it's against the Gators. Just underway here in quarter number 2. at the end, that flag came out of the secondary. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against the Gators, and it's offsetting penalties.
Yeah, dead ball foul against both of them there. Vicksburg Gators have been playing poised through pretty much 5 quarters, Charles, from a penalty standpoint. They've not had any penalties. They only had penalties that totaled in 40 yards from last week, so that was a huge come up from 100 yards of penalties the weeks before. The Gators got to pin their ears back on defense here. And that play is going to be stopped here.
We might have a false start. 11-17 left here in this first quarter. Legal participation against the Gators. The referee pointed the wrong way. He pointed towards the visitor's side. So it's 1st and 5. 1st and 5 from the 8-yard line of Vicksburg. Already Cleveland is up 7-0 and looking for more here as Craig is in the backfield. Williams steps up, and Williams got up.
That's going to be a fumble.
Gators pick it up.
Got it.
They return to the 50, to the 40, 30. This is going to be a touchdown for the Gators. 80 yards, and it looks like Rashid Knight.
Is it going to stand? That's going to be Rashid Knight being in the right place at the right time. The defense coming up big for the Vicksburg Gators again, Charles, there. Contavious Williams in the backfield with Gators around him. Makes a costly error. And looks like he was throwing his hand back to throw that ball. And because he had a swarm of Gators by the name of Nick Young and Jamon O'Neal was at the scene of the crime as well, they were able to get a touchdown out of that.
An 80-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown to make it 7-6, and Hayden trying to tie it up.
All right, we've seen some really big plays so far tonight. An 80-yard recovery and a touchdown for Vicksburg. The extra point, no good there, but some big scores and some big plays already. Jackson Academy leads at 10-0. They've had some big plays. Madison Central struggling a little bit offensively, trying to mount a drive here against Warren Central as they are into Viking territory. Surprising so far that the Jaguars haven't been able to get anything going. We'll keep it out here. We've also got Meridian and Oak Grove. Those two teams, a lot of scoring early. And Northwest Rankin trying to knock out Provine for homecoming as we get you back and forth. Jackson Academy right now leads at 10-0 over MRA. And we'll keep it right here.
Jackson Academy with an early 10-0 advantage. And now to throw is Smith. Dumps one down and unable to hold on to it is Landis Purnell. And maybe he heard some footsteps of Mr. Thigpen.
And maybe he did. Ball's just thrown a little bit far outside of him. He can't reel it in, but another good opportunity. 3rd and very long, 3rd and 21. And this time, MRA's got the ball on their own 19. And so you get a good stop here, force them to punt. Raiders are going to get the ball with decent field position.
3rd and 21 here for the Patriots of MRA. And 9:39 to go in quarter number 2. Not a play you have normally in your playbook as Lee Tanner goes in motion. Back to throw is Smith. Looks over his options and fires it deep, and he's got him in out there, but it's knocked down at the last moment. Fantastically by Noah Thigpen.
Thigpen just read the quarterback like a book, did a good job of just reading him and jumping on the ball and batting it down. He almost was able to reel it in for an interception. Would have been a great catch, one-handed, and he thought he had it for a second there, but great play by Thigpen. Going to force the Patriots to punt.
His story just continues to get more amazing by the week as this young man was the starting quarterback the last couple of seasons, and because of other guys. He kind of became the third stringer, and he wanted to get on the field for the Raiders, and he found out that only way was going to be by way of a defensive position, and he's done a phenomenal job for the Raiders, both by leading by example and on the field as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Just proven himself to be a really good teammate in putting the team first. You know, he was a guy who, he wanted to be the starting quarterback, but when it didn't work out, he found something else, found a position where he could contribute, and boy, has he done a good job of doing that.
So 10-0, Raiders get the football. 1st and 10 at the, appears to be the 37-yard line, or 36 is where it looks like the ball is resting. So a pretty decent punt there, by the way, of some 45 yards. Now Webb Strickland. He's got a burst of speed, and he's unable to make anything of it. Coming up from his linebacking position, Davis Ferguson takes him down.
Strickland, the ball carrier.
Strickland definitely has that speed, and I keep waiting on him to be able to show it, but the Patriots' defensive front has got some really good size to it. They're doing a good job of shutting things down at the line of scrimmage.
So it is 2nd down and 9 for JA. They lead 10-0. They've scored on their last 2 possessions. And now Strickland gets the carry again. Strickland is hit by Joe Perkins and held on to as well, but he's able to get near the sticks. It's about a 3-yard to go situation here for JA.
That's right, 3rd and 3, and giving it to Strickland 2 times in a row. You know, it seems like they're having the most success in carrying that football outside the tackles. Really haven't had any success between the tackles. So you got to think, what do you do here? Do you give it to Strickland again outside, let him see if he can pick it up, or you had some really good success throwing the ball to Mason and on these quick screens and these curl routes.
So the decision here on 4th and inches, and they're going to go for it. It looks like, Bax.
Looks that way. Offensive unit stays on the field.
Now we're going to have a timeout. Timeout on the field. Jaguars are going to take it back at 30 seconds here. Firehouse Subs timeout. The Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and SuperTalk Mississippi 97.3.
At Merit Health Medical Group, our mission is to provide high-quality health care in a convenient hometown location. Our team of primary and specialty care providers is here to take care of your family's immediate medical needs. With over 30 clinics and numerous specialties in Central Mississippi, we're here to help you live a happier, healthier life. Merit Health Medical Group. Good health is just around the corner.
Back here in the jungle, the Whataburger game of the week. Jaguars have it 4th and inches. 4th and goal on the inches yard line, if you will. Inside the one, the ball literally almost touching the goal line. And the Jaguars are going to go for it here in the Pulling Windows and Doors red zone. Try to tie this ball game. About a half yard out. And Jaguars are going to stay with Lawson Stockett, Luke Robertson, and Cedric Beal. Holiday going to work underneath center again. Jaguars going for it on 4th and inches after driving this ball almost 69 yards. Holiday underneath center. Holiday going to take the snap. Cedric Beal, and he's going to be short. He's not going to make it. As the Viking defense comes up big, they got penetration into the backfield, and Cedric Beal is held out of the end zone.
Play took a moment to develop.
Lamar Gray Jr. with the tackle. And the Jaguars, after driving at 69 yards down the field, come up with nothing. Gutsy call. I'd have done the same thing, though, Baxter.
Oh, absolutely. Went to the second man through in a short yardage situation right there on the goal line. Got penetration from the Viking defense.
And they've got him deep in the end zone right now. Fred Barnum, the quarterback, has a man behind him in the pistol. Barnum going to take a high snap, and he's going to be tackled, and it may be a safety, and it is. The Jaguar defense comes up with a big safety there. I didn't see who got to him. Let's take a look. And I believe that was Indebelly, one of the first ones in there. It was. And now it's a 7-2 ball game. And the Jaguars going to get the football with some pretty good field position here. As after the safety, the Vikings will have the free kick from the 20.
That ball was just outside the goal line. Warren Central went to that shotgun formation, went to the running back, and Madison Central was just all over it. So although we didn't come up with a touchdown, JT, it's good to come up with some points.
Well, it's been a defensive ball game out of both these defenses. Madison Central gave up a scoop and a score, a 30-yard scoop and a score touchdown after the fumble. That's how the Vikings got on the board. The Jaguars get their 2 points on a safety in the end zone after coming up short on 4th and inches. And it'll be a free kick here from the 20-yard line for the Vikings. Jaguars got Miles Hobson back deep to receive. Cam White. And I can't get who we have here to the near side. But Miles Hobson will be the deep receiver. And the Vikings will kick it from the 20. The free kick after the safety. Going to be a high kick. And it's going to be Hobson's going to take it at the 20-yard line. He'll get to the 30, 35, running in the middle. And it'll be tackled right at the 41-yard line. So the Jaguars will have good field position with 3:46 to work here in this first half, trailing 7-2 to Warren Central.
Madison Central with one timeout. Had success on that last drive. Drove it somebody. Have another opportunity right here.
Holiday going to have Cam White in the backfield with him. Trip receiver set to the left, one to the right. Holiday will take the snap. He gives it to Cam White. Cam White bounces it outside across the 50-yard line, and it takes 2 Vikings to bring him down. He'll lose his helmet, but it'll be a bank plus first down all the way to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of about 17 yards for Cam White. Cedric Beal comes in. Bank plus first down for Madison Central. Drive and give it to Cedric Beal.
Madison Central got a good portion of their offensive line back this week. They've been out due to injury. They got a few young men healthy, and it sure shows along that offensive front.
Holiday going to go to work now. Cam White in the backfield with him. Trips left, one right now. We've got a whistle, and it looks like a timeout. Timeout will be called by the Vikings. Firehouse Subs timeout back in 30 seconds here on the Madison Central Football Network. MCBigBlue.com and SuperTalk Mississippi 97.3.
My Trustmark fits my schedule. My Trustmark suits my lifestyle.
My Trustmark simplifies my life.
My Trustmark makes online and mobile banking easy. I can manage my money, pay my bills, monitor my accounts, and more.
From my laptop, tablet, or smartphone.
So simplify your life with My Trustmark online and mobile banking.
Enroll today at trustmark.com.
Back here in the jungle, the Whataburger game of the week. Warren Central and Madison Central. The Vikings lead 7-2. The Jaguars here in the Cobbs Cleaners second quarter have gained 8 first downs here so far in this ball game. And it has started on a drive of their own 40. Now they have it on the Viking 33 and trying to get points on the board before the half. More points as Holiday will work with Cedric Beal in the backfield with him. Holiday with 2 receivers left, 1 right from the gun. Takes the snap, high snap, pulls it down himself. He wants to run the football and does, and he'll be a pickup of about 6 yards to the 28-yard line.
High snap through the timing off just a touch, but Holiday able to adapt and take it over the left side.
2 receivers set to each side. Beal stays to the right of Holiday. Holiday from the shotgun on 2nd and 4. Wants to change the play now. Vikings with a 4 down front again. 4 down, 3 linebacker set. Cedric Beal gets the rock and he carries, second effort, and he just bowls over defenders for another first down or very close to it.
You had it.
Line of scrimmage is going to be the 23-yard line in Viking territory. Jaguars chewing up yardage here on the ground. Holiday from the gun. He'll take a high snap again, gives it to Cedric Beal. Actually, that's Cam White, and he'll be stood up at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be no gain on the play.
Once again, Warren Central walking those linebackers up along the line of scrimmage. Worked that time for the Viking defense.
They bring up 2nd and 9 now for Madison Central from the Viking 23. Holiday with White in the backfield with him. Holiday wants to throw. Fires. Pass is too tall and it's picked off. And he may go to the house with it. cuts it back up the middle. Quarterback's trying to tackle him, and Jimmy Holiday gets a hand on him, spins out of it, still being pursued, and finally dropped by number 71, Gabe Ross. The big offensive lineman gets down the field and saves the pick six, as Jimmy Holiday commits the second turnover for the Jaguars, and it's a costly one.
Well, just overthrew his receiver, had him wide open.
Was looking for Miles Hobson and was overthrown. And now the Jaguar defense has to tighten up here before the half with 1:35 to play. Line of scrimmage will be the Jaguar 26-yard line. And here comes Fred Barnum. Works with two receivers set to each side. His tailback will be in the slot. Brings a man in motion. High snap, fakes it to him, play action across the middle, and Indebelly almost picks it off. He gets a hand on it, and he is upset with himself.
Indebelly got back in that passing lane.
It was in his hands, Bax.
And he ran up, batted the ball in the air. It came back down to him, but it happened so fast he couldn't quite get the handle on it.
He almost got it on the second effort. The Georgia Blue replay there, 2nd and 10.
Regardless, a great play by Indebelly.
Barnum from the gun, brings a man in motion again, fakes it, now hands it off to the fullback, and he will be stacked up after a gain of only about 1 to the 25-yard line. Make it the 24. Minute get 3rd and 8, or Grace crossing 3rd down for this Jaguar defense. Barnum with the tailback to his left. Brings the man in motion from his right to his left, and now it looks like the Jaguars have jumped off sides.
I'm not so sure. Looks like it is, but it looked like the right side of that Warren Central offensive front moved along that line of scrimmage just a touch.
So it'll put it inside the windows and doors red zone on the 19-yard line. 3rd down. Grace crossing 3rd down for the Jaguar defense. 3rd down and about 3. And it looks like Warren Central's going to let the clock wind, not getting any big hurry. 10 seconds on the play clock. And he gets the play in. Barnum.
Snap, handed off on that left side. Number 33 for Oak Grove trying to get outside, and he will keep running here. That is a 1st down.
For the Jaguars, he'll be pushed out of bounds inside the 3-yard line.
Right side, they had good seal on pursuit from Madison Central. Picked up the 1st down, but also well into the red zone.
1st and 10 for Oak Grove. Plumlee drops back. One man back there. Number 15 catches the ball, and he will stiff arm a man at the 40 to 35. I don't know where he stepped out of bounds. No, he got a 1st down.
Barnum with an empty backfield. 1st and goal from the 4. And Barnum wants to keep it, and Barnum will stop. The ball's out, and we'll see who's on it. The ball is on the ground, and who are they going to signal it to? They're going to say the Vikings hold on to possession here. Oh, that was a big one there the Jaguar defense needed. Barnum trying to run the football, and the Jaguars just strip it out of there.
Somebody got a helmet right on the ball for Madison Central.
I think it was Lawson Stockett with a hand on it right there. 23 seconds to go here before the half. We're going to keep it here. Boy, the Jaguars.
Giving us good doses of the run game, too. So, got to defend all aspects of the game tonight.
2nd and 10, ball handed off on the left side again. They're just tearing up that left side. No resistance on the left side of the line for the Cats here tonight. Or right side of the line defensively. Sealing down, and they're eating it up. Almost for the Warriors. Ball is played. Oak Grove looks to get the 1st down here. Plumlee in the shotgun. Ball is snapped. He on the left side now. He pitches it to number 33, and he'll be ridden out of bounds. Maybe a gain of 1, but that is enough for the 1st down for Oak Grove.
Yeah, just a pitch out. All he needed was 1 yard. He got 1 1/4. So, but albeit first down, Oak Grove.
Minute and 19 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter. Oak Grove threatening again. Scores 21-6 in favor of the Warriors. Cats scored early, but hasn't been anything since then. Plumlee in the shotgun. We got flags. It's going to be false start. That's going to back Oak Grove up 5 yards, and that is the first penalty on them tonight. So that'll back the ball up to the 24. And Mr. Plumlee and the Warriors will have to start over again.
Well, they're moving the ball at will, so on an odd night that, you know, for the first part, the Wildcats defense for this early season have played fairly well, especially in the early going of the game. But tonight, it seems like they're losing their foot.
Interception, and it'll be on the 20-yard line for the Jaguars. I think he was trying to find somebody there, but it was 2 receivers. Pressure was coming. Now Holliday's just going to kneel on the football, and that's what will happen. 7-2 will be your
yard line. That's going to be a 16-yard pickup on that pass and catch. And I'm sorry, he's at the 3-yard line, so 18-yard, 21-yard pass and catch. 21 yards there on that one. Oak Grove's threatening to get in again. Ball is handed off, and touchdown Oak Grove. And this one is getting out of hand early.
And you know what, Tim? You know, if you're going to have a game that get out of hand ugly, I speak for all them.
John Cartwright just does a great job. He just finds a little hole and he just sits in it. He just finds that hole, and the quarterback does it.
And now an option read. This time the Raiders stay at home and read it well. Take the pitch man and the Pierce Smith.
Tire on the stop for the Raiders.
It's up 3rd down and about 2, maybe 3 as on the JA side. Smith will give and
what it was, maybe some words that were occurring. I can see the referee's hand. It looks like he's
doing a little talking.
Yeah, somebody's been doing a little talking.
Looks like it's going to go against Jay the way he's pointing, which would be half the distance to the goal after the play. It was already a 1st down carry by Reeves. A little salt on the wound here for the Raiders, as that'll take him half the distance to the goal here. Unsportsmanlike conduct, actually.
Conduct. Call against the Raiders.
And against the Patriots, so offsetting.
Against the Patriots.
So no movement after the 1st down, and the ball's inside the 10. Check this throw by the official. Watch this thing. Drop right on Cruz Heath's shoulder. He's like, get that off me.
Yeah, the one that they threw on the punt, almost hit Benner as he was running.
Ball down to the 9, 1st and goal for MRA. So the Patriots will have an opportunity here to potentially punch one in. Raiders trying to keep him out. And Reeves is going to be hit by Pitts, but he gets away, and he fumbles the football, and Pitts is there to dive on it.
Oh, what a play. Pitts shoots the gap, gets in the backfield, reads it perfectly, misses the tackle, but forces the runner to come back inside. And I'm not sure who it was, but somebody came in, put a hat on that ball, and popped it straight out. Well, actually, yeah, Trent Tyre coming in with a big left hook and just completely punches that ball loose. And then Pitts, who had just missed the tackle, is right in position to jump on the ball. That's just a good job of being in position and a great job of forcing a fumble by Trent Tyre.
The ball resting at the 12, 13-yard line. Hard to tell from the angle we're sitting at. About the 13 is what it looks like. So Jackson Academy will take over at the 2:02 mark on the offensive side of the ball. And it'll start with Dent, and holy cow is he hit hard. A couple of big collisions by Lou Davis and Jace Carrero.
Yeah, that's a big hit on Dent. We just got word. Dent doing a good job. I mean, he's a guy, he's tough. He holds the football. He protects it running. And I mean, they're asking a lot of him. A quarterback, you don't always want your quarterback running up the gut, taking hits like he does. But, man, he does a great job of protecting that football and running, and picks up about 4 there.
So 2nd down and 6. After a minimal gain of about 4 by Dent. This time Dent, boy, he's hit again hard. Stood up by, this time, Carrero and Stone Blanton.
Dent the ball carrier, Carrero. And Butler ran on the tackle for
and a whistle and a timeout by MRA. So they will burn their final timeout with 1:07 to go. And I guess hopes that they'll maybe get the ball back with a little time left. And the Raiders will have 3rd down and 6 here. Maybe 7. We'll see. Trying to see, it's really hard to see where they've marked these numbers here. Let's go down to our third member of our broadcast crew, Tommy Barnett. And Tommy, Raider offense a little stagnant here right now, but for the most part, this defense has played lights out.
I mean, guys, that's what they've been doing all year. You had your back against the wall. Really had them in a good position with second and long. You let them complete a long pass, get first and goal, and just a great job on the strip. Never saw who stripped it, but
it was Trent Tire.
Johnny on the spot to get the recovery. And, now, of course, now Jay's game plan is to try to just melt this clock and go into the half with the 10-0 lead.
10-0, 1:07 to go. Third down and 7. Raiders, if they convert here, have a good chance to maybe run the clock out and get to halftime up by 10. Kincaid Dent on the option keeper will not get the first down, but the other part is there are no more timeouts for MRA, so they can't stop the clock again. So the Raiders can let a good bit of clock run
to pick up the first down.
The clock continues to roll towards the end of the first half, sitting at 1:20. There's a snap. Hunter keeps it himself, and he will get enough for the first down.
Football came out. Cougars have it. Wow. Well, he took quite a pop at about the 42-yard line, and you can see the ball just popped in the air right into a defender's arms. Could not pick up the number in the middle of that scrum, but it will be Cougar football at their own 40-yard line.
And the Cougars with their third forced turnover of the game, brought to you by Tony Young Performance Gear.
11, Philip Short now in at quarterback for the Cougars.
Getting an opportunity to take a snap or two before halftime. Rears back and overthrows that one. Looks like that was intended for number 3, Alvin Edney.
I would definitely give Jarian Jones a look here. He's out here one-on-one against Quentin Burns. He's 6'1", 194, but I'm not sure anybody's going to be able to keep up with him.
Takes the handoff, and he called that one. Jones is going to make the completion there. Pick up about 7 yards. Make that about 9 yards. Third down on offense brought to you by CIA Autoplex. Is Short's in trouble. Oh, goodness.
Boy, I'm not sure what they were trying to set up there, but they allowed the defensive lineman to just crash in on the quarterback, and he's sacked. It's fourth down at the 46-yard line, 4th and about 4.
Following that sack now, 4th down. Halftime's coming up in about 27 seconds. We've got Dean Short. Dean Joseph. Philip Short's the quarterback. Dean Joseph will be our halftime interview. Also have the Cougar Band as they're getting set up here on the sidelines. We've got a Cozy Outfitters flag thrown down around the 20-yard line.
It's going to be a delay of game.
So 10-0, and Tommy will catch up with one of our coaches at the half. It's been Coach Pogue here a little bit lately. So 10-0 the score. Last play of the half. Here's right down the middle, and it is incomplete. They say it hit the ground, but that is the end of the first half as the Jackson Academy Raiders, the defense has been the story, held MRA to 86 yards on 29 plays as Coach Lance Pogue is with Tommy Barnett.
Coach, 2 questions so far tonight. We'll start as we always do defensively. Great job tonight by the defense. Held MRA to 86 yards. They're a really explosive offensive unit.
Yeah, they're an explosive team. I'm proud of my guys. We took it on the chin last week against a great football team. We come back to fighting hard tonight. had an adverse situation here with a turnover, and we turned it back, and that shows you we got some guts and some heart. But it's a long, long game, and we got to fight it all the way to the fourth quarter.
And offensively, seem to be doing just enough, 2 really big pass plays to get 10 points on the board first half.
Made some big plays. You got to take care of the football, obviously, and I think we'll try to get a little running game going here in the second half, and just got to keep playing, man. 10 is good, but there's 24 more minutes to go, and you got to fight it all the way to the last second.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck second half.
Thank you, Tommy, and thank you, Coach Pogue. We appreciate both of you for helping out and giving us a little insight into the Raider football program. Well, the MRA Patriots will celebrate homecoming as we go to break. We'll let you check out the reason why this game is still 10-0. It's this big-time poke by Trent Tyre and fumble recovery by Luke Pitts as the D of the Raiders have pitched a first-half shutout here in Madison.
Limited plan.
One constant in our world is change. The way we stay connected, stay informed, and now even shop. Hi, I'm John Albritton. For over 90 years, Albritton's has celebrated weddings, anniversaries, and countless special events with our loyal customers. Now that tradition continues with Cameron Albritton. Our world is always changing, but at least one thing remains the same. Albritton's, 4 generations strong and still Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant.
The new celebration rules are in place and Pepsi is all for it. So what's big man Joe Staley doing? He's celebrating a touchdown he didn't score. The sad truth is the odds of a guy like Joe scoring a real touchdown are the same as 0. But it's fun to dream, isn't it? Even if those dreams are delusional. Hey, there's no I in impossible, Joe. There is, there's 2. Shh.
Dedication is what makes a good team a great team. And dedication is how we've become the #1 Ford dealer in Mississippi, Watson Quality Ford. We're dedicated to our customers, our community, and our locally employed staff. And just like a coach is dedicated to making his team win and give them all the thrills that comes with victory, we're dedicated to giving you an amazing experience and our lowest new Ford prices all season long. That's Watson Quality Ford.
Dedicated to Mississippi.
Dedicated to you.
Let's face it, you expect your healthcare provider to be more than just educated and compassionate. You want them to be available, a good listener, and guide you to recovery. Like Mississippi Sports Medicine, with more than just a clinic, but also an orthopedic urgent care center in Jackson, open until 7 p.m., and more than just a treatment plan, but a state-of-the-art healthplex in Madison. Any age, any sport, any injury, just...
4th and inches. And just could not put it in, but came up with a safety on the first play from scrimmage for Warren Central from their own end zone. Jaguars get a huge interception in the end zone after a big interception by Warren Central.
And a nice return.
A big-time return. Not very often that your offensive lineman goes downfield to make the tackle, but he did. And that brings us to where we are, 7-2 here at the half. Brought to you by Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance Companies. Go to favorites.com for a quick 4-minute quote from Farm Bureau Insurance Companies and by the Mississippi Air National Guard. Back in 3 minutes here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
So halftime were all the games tonight on the High School Football Network app. Jeremy Kennedy, Josh McNulty, president of the High School Football Network, will join me. We're not going to have our recruiting pitch this week. We'll come back with that next week as Jonathan Crabb is on the road getting some more films and looking at some more of these top-notch players that we'll continue to highlight throughout the week. What we do want to talk about is the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star Game. Talk about the guys who made it. Focus a little bit on some of the guys who didn't. And I know you were surprised at some, particularly a particular defensive lineman out of Callaway that was a little bit of a snub.
That's it. Jonathan, our recruiting coordinator, he's down at Cruising the Coast, and he went and he's been down there all week, and he went and watched somebody that we're real impressed with Carlos Dillard, linebacker, Gulfport. We had him last year, the Ocean Springs game. Just made a ton of plays, and real excited to see how he will match up at the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star game. Yeah, the snub, James Williams. I mean, he's a number 3 player in the state of Mississippi. Rumors are he just committed to Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. Don't know if that's going to stay closed, but there's a rumor that Alabama's on him real hard, and yet in a year that you could say that our recruiting class in the state of Mississippi is down from the past couple of years, and even next year, somebody of his caliber doesn't make the squad. I just don't know. I really don't know kind of what they were thinking as they were selecting it. But some of the guys that they did select, obviously we're always strong with our skill guys here in the state of Mississippi, and it's no different this year in the running back position. You got Fabian Franklin, Marcus Murphy, Cameron Carroll. All 3 of those guys are real impressive. We talked ad nauseum with all 3 of them. Yeah. So excited to see those 3 guys. But I just cannot believe Williams is got snubbed.
Yeah, he's a guy too that the other issue for him is that the argument is that he hasn't just really performed as well this year relative to his ranking preseason. But Callaway is always a team that is going to play hard, and teams are going to try to run away from him. They're not going to run right at him as a defensive tackle, so his numbers are naturally going to be down a little bit. I think you and I were both really surprised by that he didn't make the list. But no surprise, Malik Heath, who is the number 1 player in Mississippi, is a guy that's going to be on that list, somebody we've talked about a lot as well. It's not as talented a team as last year. I think everybody is being honest about that. No one's suggesting that these players aren't that good. Right. But the depth is not there, and perhaps even the top-end talent is not what it was last year, and certainly maybe not what it is next year, but it's still a really good group, and they've got a chance in this football game. Yeah, they do, and yes, exactly what you just said. You hate to compare classes, but in recruiting, that's what we tend to do. In sports, that's what we tend to do. You have to do that. And a couple of years ago with the A.J. Browns and Jeffrey Simmons and D.K. Metcalf, I mean, that squad was unbelievable. Ended up beating the Alabama squad in Hattiesburg. Then last year, Mississippi squad got beat, but there was so much talent on both sides. I mean, there are 5 stars everywhere, high-end 4 stars. As you can see in the college game now, I mean, you got impact players all the way around on both sides. On the Alabama side, I saw Moultrie, their linebacker from last year. He was playing special teams at Auburn last week and playing a little bit of nickel linebacker. They'd sub him in, athletic, and in the Mississippi squad, I mean, you go down the list, Akers, Colin Hill, C.J. Avery, Miles Brennan. I mean, my gosh, gotten a chance to play at LSU.
That's right. So there are a lot of good players over the past couple of years that, by comparison, it may be down from the last 2 years, but there's still some high impact players in this group, and I'm looking forward to continuing to watch them grow as the season unfolds. into that game.
Yeah, and also too, the skill position you guys you mentioned touched on. The running backs are what will be really interesting. Fabian Franklin is Marcus Murphy and Carroll. Fabian is a guy we had a chance to see a lot last year.
Yeah.
Did a handful of Hattiesburg games, and we certainly hope that he'll be one of those guys at our National Signing Day event coming up this year. He's a guy that is still carrying a ton of major offers, even if perhaps he's not getting as many carries and having as many huge games as he did last year. But those trio of backs that we talked about, Carroll Murphy and Fabian Franklin, especially for the quarterback spot, maybe not going to be a Miles Brennan like we saw last year.
That's right.
Turn around and hand the ball to any one of those three guys, and you've got a chance.
Yeah, no doubt. And, it was a little bit surprising. I mean, Murphy's so versatile. I think he's being recruited as a safety. He makes it as a running back. Jarvion Howard out of East Marion, he kind of gets snubbed a little bit. He's a high-end Division I prospect as well. I really would have loved to have been a fly on the wall as to the selections with the coaching staff. I mean, there's a great group of coaches. You got Coach Boswell right there. You got Coach Mancuso with the new Jeff Davis County team as the head coach. So, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing a heck of a lot better than I do. But it's our job to look at that.
It is. And James, again, was the guy that I think we both looked at that list and thought, that if there's one omission, basically, we think that was it. Other than that, I think the list is pretty strong. You're always going to have every single year a debate about who should make it and who shouldn't, and why are you choosing this kid, and also what position do they play? We go back last year, we talked about Cam Akers, and there was a real debate.
Yeah.
Do we put him at the quarterback spot?
Yeah.
And maybe you put Miles Brennan in as sort of a 1-2 during that week, or do you put him at the running back spot where he's going to play at the college level, but you maybe lose a little bit of something in the run game in that regard. And so even when you get the obvious talent, there's still a debate about where to put them. I think we feel pretty comfortable about those three guys at the tailback spot.
Oh, yeah.
More so than really anywhere else.
Absolutely.
And I don't think there will be as many issues about where to play top talent this year.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's going to be something interesting to see.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I'm nitpicking a little bit just because, you look at that list and you say, okay, who didn't make it that maybe should have, figure a way to get them on there. And but yeah, Williams is the one that you look at and you go, what in the heck?
Yeah, so it's disappointing for him. Although if you're James Williams and if you're right now a Mississippi State fan and he stays committed, one game you're not going to have to worry about where he picks up an injury.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And we know this from the Cam Akers recruitment last year. We were hoping and praying there was no injury for that. Well, obviously for everybody else too, but we knew he was going to be able to sign on our app. And that's the only downside for playing a game like this is the injury aspect of it and what that might do for you during the week. And these coaches that we've had a chance to talk to a lot of last year tried to tell these kids, hey, look, we want to play hard, but if you're a skill guy, get your yards and maybe get down in this one. You don't have to stretch for that extra yard in an all-star game like that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I'm excited about it. Excited about the second half of all of our games going on. We also got a little postseason Major League Baseball going on.
It's really, if everybody could see kind of what this looks like in the room right now, we got
a lot of screens going on.
We do, and that's what we need to have as well. But we've got a lot of good games coming up. Madison Central, Warren Central. We'll talk about that for a second before they get back out there. 7-2. And we've seen some quarterbacks make some really poor decisions.
That's right.
One that should have led to a pick six on the Warren Central side, and one that negated a touchdown as Madison Central gets a huge pick in the end zone.
Yeah, that game, a lot of sloppiness from the quarterback position and also ball security. But also two well-coached teams, and I think it's probably hard hitting and the defense is forcing some of those issues. Now the one with Madison Central, I mean, he just flat missed him out in the flats, but I'm excited for that second half because that's two big time football teams.
Yeah, and then the other big one too is Jackson Academy MRA. This was 10-0. MRA's going in. You're thinking they're going to put one in the end zone, make this 10-7. You got 3 versus 4. This is going to be a really, really tight game. It still can be. And then a fumble. Jackson Academy forces off the read option, and the Raiders end up recovering that. And they take a 10-0 lead. I'm interested to see how MRA responds in the second half.
Yeah, I was really excited about that game coming in. And, it's lived up to the hype. MRA's threatened a couple of times. It really could be 14-10 or 17-14. But like you said, a couple of just miscues. The fumble going in right there into halftime hurt them. And really looking forward to watching that coming back. Because, one of those teams is probably going to be Prep's opponent in the championship game.
Right.
I mean,
so it's Jackson Prep, and then whoever else meets them on the other side.
That's right. So we'll give you guys an opportunity to watch that one, and should be good. And we're ready to go back to Warren Central and Madison.
Yeah, I think we're going to kick it back out there. We'll start there. Again, you can watch all these games on the High School Football Network app. Each week we'll have the top games from around the state. We're going to kick you in and out as the second half begins. We'll start with Madison Central and Warren Central. 7-2 is the score as we start the third quarter in Madison.
White, 5, 6, 7, 8 hard yards all the way down to the 34, making the 36-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 6 or 7. And now Cedric Beal will come in. And a little thunder and lightning here. Let's see if Cedric Beal can keep this running game going.
Cam White, a little more fleet of foot than
Cedric Beal, but he's the power back.
That's
Here
right.
we go. 2nd and 3 for the Jaguars from the Warren Central 36. Play action pass thrown here near side. Miles Hobson. He'll stretch it out for the first down at the 30-yard line. Screen pass to the right side. Another Bank Plus first down for Madison Central.
Trying to loosen that defense up. Just a little swing pass out into the flat to Hobson.
1st and 10 for Madison Central from the Viking 30. Moving the ball very authoritatively here in this third quarter. Holiday from the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He gives it to Cedric Beal. Cedric Beal carries it off the left side, cuts it back to the middle. Cedric Beal all the way down to the 10-yard line before he's finally dropped. And another Bank Plus first down for Madison Central.
Cedric Beal with great vision. Thought about taking it outside, but saw a seam up the middle, planted that left foot and cut it up the field.
They're in the pull-in windows and doors red zone now. On the Viking 11, Holiday from the shotgun. Holiday wants to keep it himself. Up the middle he goes, and he'll be dropped inside the 10-yard line at about the 6-yard line.
Quarterback draw by Holiday out of that shotgun formation. Allows him just to pick a seam, pick a hole, and he found one.
It'll be on the 7-yard line. Jaguars can get a first down at the 2. 2nd and 5 on the 7. Cam White now in the ball game. And Holiday, he's going to give it to Cam White. Cam White into the middle. Cam White to the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars! Cam White, 7-yard touchdown run. A Jimmy John's touchdown, and the Jaguars take the lead for the first time tonight, 8-7, pending the point after touchdown. Now that was a big-time physical drive for the Madison Central Jaguars.
Point. And then Holiday eventually gave it to White.
And there's the point after. I believe Maddie's got a look at it.
The point's good, JT.
Jaguars lead 9-7. They take the lead for the first time tonight on the opening drive of the third quarter. And we'll be back in 30 seconds on the Madison Central Football Network. MCBigBlue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Dedication is what makes a good team a great team. And dedication is how we've become the #1 Ford dealer in Mississippi. Watson Quality Ford. We're dedicated to our customers, our community, and our locally employed staff. And just like a coach is dedicated to making his team win and give them all the thrills that comes with victory, we're dedicated to giving you an amazing experience and our lowest new Ford prices all season.
All right, we'll bring you back in here just for a second here in the Blue Zone. Madison Central with a drive to start the third quarter, takes it down the field. Cam White, one of the more talented running backs in the state of Mississippi, able to get in the end zone to make it a 9-7 game. Jaguars get their first lead of the night. And so now as we get you back. Some of those games are starting to come back now. Jackson Academy and MRA are going to be back as well. Madison Central and Warren Central will take you back out there, get you back out to the football action as we begin quarter number 3.
And scored on your opening possession.
We saw signs of this in the second quarter, being able to move the ball. But Madison Central able to march down the field, took just 3 minutes to do so.
Kale Nation has it teed up on the 40-yard line. He's going to kick it short again. And it will be a short kick, and it will be taken at the 24-yard line. Trying to come back across, and now cutting it back up the middle, and a big return on now by the Vikings. Don't know why they pooch kicked it. He's going to return it all the way to the 20, down to the 15-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. And I believe that was Wilson on the return. And, boy, just after that, the momentum swings right back to the Vikings. That was a huge return. It was on the 25. They'll take it all the way to the 15. Wow.
Try to do that pooch kick it short, kick it into the sideline to reduce the field.
It didn't work that time. And it was a huge return, and here comes Fred Barnum and company. Barnum working at quarterback, going to empty the backfield now. 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right. Going to bring a man in motion. Barnum with a high snap. He wants to keep it. Jaguars are going to tackle him, only a gain of 1 to about the 14-yard line. Make it the 13-yard line after a huge kickoff return by the Vikings.
Definitely in the field goal range for Warren Central.
It'll bring up second down and about 8 to go on the Jaguar 14 or Warren Central. Madison Central leading 9-7, and the Vikings now threatening. Trip receiver set left, 2 to the right. And Barnum wants to keep it again. Barnum trying to run off the right side, cuts it up in the middle, but there's no go in there because the Jaguars were there. That's Kirkland Trahan on the tackle. It's going to be a gain of about 2 yards. It'll be a third down here now. A Grace Crossing third down for the Jaguar defense. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 from the Jaguar 11. Vikings trying to take the lead right back away from Madison Central. And Barnum will be in the backfield by himself. Trips to his left, 2 to his right. 3rd down and 6. The pulling windows, the doors, red zone. They're going to try to run the sweep play. Nothing there. Jaguars are going to take him down. It'll be a loss of a yard. And now the Vikings are going to attempt a field goal more than likely.
Zach Causey in the backfield. Met the ball carrier just after the point of handoff. Big defensive play. Madison Central defense stiffens once again. It'll be a, 28-yard field goal attempt.
And it'll be Hank Holdiness who will try it here. 28-yard attempt. Ball right squarely in the middle of the field. Wait the snap. It's back. The kick is down, and the kick is on the way. And the kick is good. The Vikings will retake the lead 10-9 over Madison Central here at the 6:43 mark. And we'll be back after this timeout on the Madison Central Football Network. MCBigBlue.com and SuperTalk Mississippi 97.3.
When you put team first, you'll always come out a winner. Like the team at Patty Pack Honda. They've made Patty
I think that's number 28, Anthony Davis. Seen him playing as a running back earlier in the game. Now he's also going to provide the kickoff. And the third quarter is underway. End-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded there by Jones right about the 12-yard line. He's going to run it past the 20 to the 25, and he's brought down right around the 27. A lot of action after he was taken down. But that's going to be where the Cougar offense starts it, right there from the 29.
Up 28-0. Looks like all of the starters are coming back out on the field. I do see P.J. Lindsey at the running back position.
Jamari Jones back in as quarterback after seeing Short get a couple of snaps to end the first half. He's going to hand that to Lindsey, and he's going to lose, looks like maybe a half yard.
Warren Central has taken the lead back with a field goal, now leading Madison Central 10-9.
Cougars 2nd and 11. And he's going to fake the handoff, throws it over the top, and completed to Tenor, number 10. He's running past the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and makes a little slide, moving into the end zone.
And he wanted that bad. He was worn out about the 20-yard line, but he wanted that so bad, got into the end zone. And that's what happened. The Cougars called that because Provine was 4 down linemen, snuck 2 other linebackers to the line of scrimmage. You had a feeling they were going to come back to tight end Tenor right over the middle. They ran that play with some success last week, and Tenor gets the big touchdown.
Boy, you could see those last about 5 steps. He was giving everything he had, cut to his left, and was able to make it into the end zone on the fall. And an anytime fitness touchdown is a good way to start the second half. That one's through the uprights, and the Cougars now lead this one 30.
It'll be a first down still.
First down and about 20 to go.
It may be second down because
we'll see
what the officials are discussing.
Yeah, they're going to say second down. Here we go.
Second down.
Second down and about 20. Second down and 19 officially. Unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Jaguars. Pushes them back to the 19-yard line. Holiday. He gives it off the left side to Cedric Beal, and he's immediately tackled in the backfield. That was number 34, Keontae Lumpkin. That'll be a loss of about 4 yards back to the 15. The Jaguars going backwards.
Well, trying to get to the outside, no going there. Tough to run to the outside on this Viking defense. Had success running right at them. By that time, Beal tried to break it to the outside.
Third down and a country mile here. They got to have the 40-yard line. The ball's on the 15. So it's 25, 3rd and 25 here. And they're going to hand it off to Cedric Beal. Cedric Beal got some room off the right side, but he'll be tackled way short at the 24-yard line. Pazak will have to punt it away.
Well behind the chains. Anna lost a down with it, too. So Pazak will be in to punt one away.
And it'll be Corey Wilson Jr. and Walt Hobson back deep to receive for the Vikings. 10-9, Warren Central leading by 1. Pazak, high snap, big booming kick, and it's going to be a fair catch called for at the 30-yard line as he was really able to launch that one there. Pazak done a good job punting the football here tonight. So the Jaguar defense going to get called on again here.
40-yard plus punt with no return. Had plenty of air underneath it. So it just inside the 30. Madison Central trailing by 1.
He punted from the 10, but it goes from the line of scrimmage. He punted from the 10, punts it all the way to the 30. Pazak doing well here. And here we go with Barnum. Barnum brings a man in motion, and he fakes it, play action, wants to throw. Looking downfield, looking deep, and the pass is caught by the Vikings at the Jaguar 35-yard line. Another big play. And that time it was Corey Wilson Jr. comes down with it, and that's a huge first down play as the Vikings went to the air. And the receiver just kind of came in short. It was a back shoulder throw, pulls it down, and it's a big first down in Jaguar territory at the 34.
Ball underthrown, receiver came back for it.
As Barnum works with an empty backfield again, 4 receivers to his left. Barnum wants to keep it. Barnum up the middle for a yard or 2. Flag is down, and this may go against the Vikings. Haven't seen a whole lot of flags in this game, but a flurry of them here late. 4:28 to play, third quarter. Jaguars trailing by 1, 10-9. And I believe it's going to go against Warren Central. We'll wait the call. It's going to be holding against the Vikings. Be a Kincaid's penalty flag, goes against the Vikings, holding against the Vikings, and this is going to back them up from the point of the hold all the way back to the Madison Central 45-yard line. So a break there. Jaguar defense needs to get strong. Just gave up a big pass play. Coach Hart said they had the ability to do that. Jaguars just needed to be able to stop it. 10-9 the score. The Vikings leading by 1. Barnum again keeps an empty backfield, has a back up in front of him to his left. He wants to throw, rolls to his left, under pressure. Jaguars can't get to him. Now he's going to keep it. Flags down again. Great open field tackle by Madison Central. Short of the first down, but we've got another flag on the play, and this is going to go against the Vikings again.
I picked up about 5 on the play, but another hold, I imagine. That's in the area in which it was thrown. Let's see what the officials call. Back behind the play.
And it's right there, yeah. It was. They held number 10, Truett Bourne. That was Corey Wilson Jr. He had him by the jersey. Good call by the referees. Another Kincaid's fine clothing penalty flag going to push the Vikings back to their own 42-yard line there, as we saw it on the Georgia Blue replay there, as Corey Wilson Jr. had all of Truett Bourne's jersey. So it's first down, and added up, Baxter. I need a calculator.
About 30.
About 30. They need the Jaguar 24 for the first down. They've got it on their own 42. And Barnum, again, basically with an empty backfield, wants to throw. Jaguars with pressure, and he'll escape the pressure. Now looks downfield, throws it deep, and his man is wide open, and it's caught at the Jaguar 10-yard line. Ball comes out. Jaguars come up with it. They're going to say he was down.
Yeah, he was down. Jaguars lost a man in the backfield. Coverage bust. Pressure on the quarterback. He's scrambling to his right. Somebody just lost their man in that defensive backfield.
And Warren Central picks up the first down at the Jaguar 8-yard line.
Officials are discussing something. Maybe another penalty flag down. Here it is right at the 50-yard line.
Sure is. Another penalty flag down. So this one's coming back.
Thank goodness. Because Madison Central, a mental error. Somebody just lost that receiver. And he was behind everybody inside the 20-yard line.
No, it's against the Jaguars.
Oh, it is. Everybody was walking back.
And the Coach Hart wants it, or at least the Madison Central coaching staff wants an explanation. Going to put the ball inside the 5 to the 4. Baxter, that was a fumble.
You think it was? You watching it? Yeah.
That was a fumble all day long. The Jaguars had pulled it out of his hands. Wow. It matters not what we can see. It's all what the call is. First and goal in the pulling windows and doors red zone. Fred Barnum has a back to his left. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand it to his back, and he's going to go to the end zone for the touchdown. That was Corey Wilson Jr. for the touchdown. And the Vikings add to their 1-point lead. It's 16-9.
A big pass play. Defensive bust in that backfield. Allowed Warren Central to get inside the red zone, then a penalty on top of that.
And Holdiness will attempt the point after touchdown, try to make it an 8-point ball game. It's 16-9. Snap is back. The kick is on the way. And the kick is good, and it'll be 17-9. Your new score. The Vikings, with big plays here in the third quarter, lead the ball game 17-9. Back in 30 seconds here on the Madison Central Football Network. MCBigBlue.com and SuperTalk Mississippi 97.3.
That we've seen from MRA tonight. They started off here with the ball on about the 35-yard line, and they're starting to approach deep into Raider territory with the ball now resting on the Raiders 28, but it all stemmed from that third and long pass interference call.
Now it'll be another outside handoff, and cutting it back up the field is Jake Reeves, brought down by Thigpen after he gains the necessary yardage to move the sticks once again. That's first down number 8 for MRA. JA has only 2 on the night.
Yeah, and you can see that from the time of possession. Jay just, when they've been on the field, it hadn't been long. They've had quick strikes for big plays that it turned into a score, or they've stalled out and had to punt the football.
3 minutes gone by in the opening moments of half number 2. Reeves, a steady dose of number 14. Pitts and Benner trip him up, but he picks up another big chunk on first down inside the red zone, a gain of 5 for the senior tailback.
MRA not making any big plays, but just getting positive yards each down and continuing to move the sticks. And, you know, this JA defense has been on the field for a long time, so they can start getting worn down. But last time MRA got in this side of the red zone, JA stepped up and forced a turnover, and that's one thing that they'll need to do here is JA's only up 10-0.
2nd and 5. And they give again to Reeves. Reeves is inside the 10. 1st and goal coming up for MRA as Pitts helps bring him down, but with a little help of Myers. But man, oh man, these Raider defenders are a little bit of a struggle here with that run to the right. I mean, that's been nothing but like sweeps to the right here right now.
Yeah, they just keep giving the football, keeping it on the ground. They've had very little success in the air. But number 14, Jake Reeves, we've called his name a lot. He's just been the workhorse for this MRA offense, and he just continues to carry the football.
A gain of 9 to the 9. Back to Reeves again. Can he finish off? And Pitts with a stop with a flag coming down on the play. We'll wait and see what happens here. And there was a little bit of extracurricular against Myers post-play in the end zone that did not get rung up as number 73, Matthew McCrory, and he basically pushed Myers all the way through the end zone.
Holding indicated against the Patriots.
The Patriots are going to get tagged for holding. That is penalty number 9 now for the Patriots. And it'll be around 60 yards of penalties now for MRA. It'll be 1st and goal still, but way on back as Coach Herbert Davis obviously has seen a lot of his team's drives stalled out or turned over because of big penalties like this.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They have certainly shot themselves in the foot a lot tonight, and Jay is taking advantage of those situations.
So a penalty of 10 yards back to the 18, and that makes it 1st and goal, and it looks like 5 will go back the other way.
That's right. Encroachment. I think it was Trent Tyre over there on that right side, just jumped.
Encroachment on the Raiders.
To the 13 we go. Raiders now with 5 penalties and 55 yards. Clock under 8 minutes and counting. And now here is the play action. Not to Reeves this time. Keeping it is Smith as everything breaks down, and great coverage for the Raider D. Great job by Penn Whitehead coming up and making the stop at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big play by Penn. Quarterback just sits back in the pocket, and like we've seen all night, this secondary for the Raiders has just been locked down and has shut down those receivers. And he sits there, gets some pressure coming from the outside, steps up in the pocket, takes off for the races, and has some green grass. But Penn Whitehead does a great job in pursuit and runs him down and gets the tackle.
2nd and goal, back at the 10-yard line for MRA. High formation shown now. The turn and the give to Reeves, or excuse me, to Jake Reeves. For some reason, I was denying my knowledge there as Beard comes up with a nice stop for Jackson Academy. A gain of 2, perhaps. 3rd and goal. Down to the 8.
3rd and goal.
Can the Raiders get the full stop here? Boy, look at that. 42 plays for MRA to 19 for JA.
That is certainly lopsided.
And now Smith to throw on the slant, and caught, and a touchdown. We also have a flag flying, it looked like. Did I see a flag, or was it looked like there was something in the end zone?
Yeah, there was a flag thrown.
Might have been a helmet-to-helmet type hit, maybe even targeting. We'll see. Boy, it happened so quickly, and from our low vantage point, it's very hard to really see. Or was it a face mask? It looks like that's what might be the call. We'll have to Well, we won't get the word really necessarily because obviously he is going to head over and talk to Coach Davis. It appeared to be post-play. So I need to see that again, too. It is a touchdown is good.
Touchdown is good.
The personal foul is the face mask against the Raiders. It'll be tacked on the kickoff. So kickoff will start from the Raider 45. Here's another look at it.
Just a quick slant. And
oh, yeah. It's a great call by the official.
It is a good call.
And that was Rademacher, with a touchdown. The extra point is up and true. And it's 10-7. As the Patriots of MRA are on the board as Carson Lindsay puts through the extra point. A nice drive by MRA, 14 plays. They're back in the ball game.
At C-Spire, I work for fans. We never stop.
See what these young defenders can come up with to keep Murrah out of the end zone. Leggett with Davis to his right, signals for the snap, takes it, drops straight back, rolls a little right, gets off a pass right in the hands of a potential receiver at the 20-yard line. He cannot hold on to it. That was Russell, number 21.
Yeah, Bryce Turner in on coverage for the Arrows, and he was stride for stride with Turner. Or Turner was stride for stride with that receiver.
With Russell for the Mustangs, we're inside of 5 minutes now. 2nd and 10 Murrah at the Clinton 18-yard line. 41-0 Arrows. It's been that way since the second period. And we've had a running clock since the second period. Snap back to Leggett is on the way. He takes it.
Photography. And Hinkle Productions, rather. There is a difference. This ball will easily sail into the end zone. Nearly through the uprights by Jake Reeves. But a big thanks to Matt Hinkle for capturing those images of our blackout pep rally this morning on the campus of JA.
Now here's a big opportunity. We've seen the lopsided time of possession. We've seen I think it was 46 plays for MRA to JA's 19. This is a time where Jay's got to get something going offensively and just eat some clock, get some momentum going their direction, allow their defense some time to rest.
So now it will be Kincaid Dent to throw. A great stutter step move. It's got to be Walker Benner. He's one of the ones that, yeah, it is. All I could see was a 2, and I saw the cutback. I thought, that's got to be old 23.
Yeah, great play and great throw. Just Benner going out into the flats on the out route, and Dent rolling to his right and throws a bullet to Benner. And great job of Benner just understanding where that defender is. He sticks his foot in the ground immediately, lets that defender go across his face, and then he gets north and picks up a first down, and that's a great start to this drive.
Ball at the 31-yard line. A gain of 11. One of the first few positive plays here lately for the Raiders. And now an option high toss behind Strickland. It bounces right back to him. He's able to grab it. Going to lose some yardage in the play, but boy, it could have been really costly there for the Raiders if if Strickland had not been able to come back up with that football Ridge Futrell with the stop.
Yeah, that certainly takes your breath away as a Raider fan watching that ball bounce around, but fortunately it takes a good bounce and pops right back up into the hands of Strickland, but it's just the option. Defensive end comes straight into Dent's face and puts quick pressure on him. And Dent tries to pitch it and he just throws it a little too high for Strickland to be able to bring it in, and the ball sails over his head.
Got a timeout on the field. I'm not sure if it was a water timeout or if someone called the timeout as we were checking out the replay. So don't know exactly the call, but I do know that it is going to be ball back at the 23-yard line, it appears. Is that where it looks like it is? So the Raiders are going to have a long way to go here. There's a big chunk of yardage lost on that play. 2nd and 18 coming up. All right, let's check in with Tommy Barnett as he's let us know that is the water timeout. And Tommy, nearly a catastrophe there for the Raider offense. Why hasn't this offense been clicking here, you think?
Guys, it's hard to figure out. You know, the first 5 games of the year we seem to be doing okay. In the last 2 weeks, you get a big play here and there, but really on that play, just a great read by Kincaid, just a bad pitch. And, thank God Webb fell back on it. But offense got to move the ball because defense is gassed.
No doubt. They got to put something together here. 2nd down and 18 to go. Kincaid Dent to throw. Throws underneath. Ball tipped by E.J. Mason, and a deflection by Davis Ferguson defensively, which is what caused that ball to get popped up in another dangerous ball that nearly got picked off.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Dent's arm tonight, though. Dent has thrown some really good balls, really accurate.
It's a 41-6 ball game as the Arrows turned it over, and the Murrah Mustangs made them pay.
Warren Central now leads Madison 17-9. That is a fourth quarter score. So 17-9 Warren Central.
We've got another clock stoppage, an injured Murrah Mustang down right on the goal line. They've scored their first points of the night. It's 41-6. So medical staff will come out. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back.
First United Methodist Church supports the Clinton Arrows and all of their athletic and academic endeavors. Great schools and great churches are a vital part of our thriving community. We invite you to join us on Sundays as we worship God and share the love of Jesus with one another. Join us for worship at 10 o'clock at our traditional service or at the Connection, our contemporary service. I'm Tommy Artman, pastor of the Clinton First United Methodist Church, reminding us all that you matter to God. Learn more at FUMCClinton.org.
Well, they've already been stopped on 4th and inches, which you're looking at 3rd and goal from the 3. Jaguars going to do the same thing. Holiday going to go underneath center again. He'll move his up back to his left.
222.
Holiday. He's going to give it to Cedric Beal, and he goes nowhere.
Clock.
He is tackled again in the backfield. Is coming in there is number 2, Lamar Gray Jr., and it's 4th and goal.
1-6. And Foster's on to attempt to kick the point after.
So another decision here for the Jaguars.
The Arrows come close
I'm not the
to
coach,
blocking
but I'm not sure I don't take the field goal.
And it is up and good. A low
You have the blocking back lines up behind the tackle.
And the clock's going to continue.
That was a loss. That was a loss. So it's 4th and goal from the 5.
That was an 8-play, 31-yard drive for the Murrah Mustangs. 5:01 off the clock.
To his left.
And it was a 1-yard touchdown run
and the Jaguars
by
turn it over on downs.
So twice inside the 5-yard line. Madison
Cartwright, and the free first down by way of penalty gained by the Raiders. Did you know up until last week, Jay did not have a first down by way of penalty after the first 5 games. They got their first 3 of those last week, and now another one here tonight.
Oh, I did not know that. That is very rare, but good job. Good job by Dent with the hard count. You see him sell it, and then that MRA defensive front just jumps and moves the chains.
And now it is Dent, and he bobbles it, picks it back up, throws over the middle, intended for Mason, knowing he wasn't going to be able to get it to him. He was just trying to make sure he didn't lose yardage on a sack there.
Yeah, that's actually a smart play. Dent not able to reel in the snap. It was a little bit low, but definitely should have been caught. But it's a heads-up play. We're seeing this kid grow up a lot. He's making really good decisions. He's made good decisions a lot this year. Last week, had a few interceptions. Well, we're seeing him tonight make some really good plays, throw some really good balls. And there, although he bobbled the snap, he makes the smart decision and throws the ball away.
Now Dent, 2nd and 10, quickly turns and hands it off to Torrin Steed. Steed with a head of speed, able to get inside the 50 and into MRA territory, and it'll bring up 3rd and short at about the 49 or 48-yard line of MRA.
Good hard run by Steed. We'll see here on the replay. Got some good blocks. Number 50, Noah Berry, just doing a good job of sealing his man, and that allows Steed to get the edge and get upfield, and Steed able to run over a couple of guys on the way and bring up a 3rd and short.
3rd and 2 to be precise at the MRA 47-yard line. A crucial 3rd down conversion here for the Raiders. They're only 1 for 5 tonight in that category. It's been a struggle all year long for the Raiders to keep drives going on 3rd down. Strickland is going to be denied. He keeps the legs churning, but he's going to lose a yard or two on that third down try by the Raiders, and they'll probably be forced to punt here.
Strickland didn't have a chance there. Takes the handoff, and number 10, Samuel Schufelt, for the Patriots, is just right in his face immediately. And Schufelt's a big kid. He's listed at 6'1", 230, and he looks it out there. He's been flying around making plays. He's the one who put the pressure on Dent early in the game that caused the interception. And that's a big stop for the Patriots. Jay was doing a good job of putting a drive together, and unfortunately it came to a halt there.
Now Lucas will send this one on the way, looking for a fair catch or something downed inside the 20. It takes a right turn, now takes a nice spin inside the 15, and will be touched down to the 13-yard line by Cruz Heath. And a good punt again by Joshua Lucas. He's had a great night on special teams this evening, as MRA will be forced to start inside the 20 at their own 13-yard line on the 35-yard punt by Lucas.
That's exactly what you need from your punter there. You're punting the ball.
Up 2nd and 2 for Madison Central from the Viking 30. Seven minutes to go here in the ball game. Second down and 3. Holiday, high snap, pulls it down, gives it to Cam White. Cam White runs into a defender. He's going to be drugged down just shy of the first down by about a yard. It'll be inside the 30. It'll bring up third down and about a yard to go. Jaguars got to convert here, Baxter. You're in 4-down territory. Third down and 1 from the Viking 29. Holiday keeps Cam White in the backfield. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Holiday wants to change the play now. On 3rd and 1. Cam White will reset to his left. And he'll give it to Cam White. He'll have the first down and more inside the 25.
They say the ball may have come loose.
And I don't think they're going to signal anything here. And now they are signaling. No, they're going to say it's Madison Central football. And Cam White's down.
He's up.
He's up now. Cedric Beal going to come into the ball game. So it'll be a bank plus first down for the Jaguars. Inside the 25-yard line. Jaguars need a touchdown. On the Viking 24. They played the majority of this first half in Viking territory, but really have only come up with 1 touchdown. Holiday going to take the snap. Holiday going to give it to Beal. No, Holiday wants to keep it. Holiday getting fancy in the backfield. Now going to cut it back to the right side. He'll find a corner on the right side to the 20-yard line. Slides down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. He ran about 30 yards to pick up 8. But that's what Holiday can do.
Pure athleticism. Came to the left side, absolutely nothing there. White jerseyed Vikings everywhere. He cuts it back across the field, retreats a bit, and then ends up picking up 8 yards.
Second down and about 2 to go, and we've got a timeout. Timeout, Warren Central. Back in 30 seconds after this Firehouse Subs timeout. The Madison Central Football Network, MCBigBlue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
There's few for touchdown, and this is where a lot of them have started.
Blocked by the Raiders. They got a chance to scoop and score here. Down to the 3-yard line by Pettigo. Blocking the punt on Brecken Young. Jackson Academy gets a huge special teams play and will have the ball first and goal inside the 5.
What do you know? These Raider defensive ends are in there on the punt block unit. The ball snapped a little low and it's bobbled, and the punter gets his hands on it, picks it up to get it, and tires in his face and just gets his hands on the ball. Perfectly executed. Pettigo scoops it, but is just a little off balance and falls down right at about the 2-yard line. Absolutely huge play and huge break for this team, and they needed something like that. They needed something bad. Had a punt return called back. There was returned for a touchdown called back earlier in the ball game. And again, your special teams unit steps up with your your senior defensive ends getting a block.
First and goal at the 2. Here is the give to Torrin Steed. He's going to lose yardage back to the 4-yard line on the give straight up the middle. The Raiders have got to capitalize here and not give the Patriots a chance to hold them to a field goal try. This is a must touchdown situation here.
And the senior linebacker, Schufelt, for the Patriots is just filling holes left and right. He's getting in the backfield quick. He's coming up the middle on these blitzes, and he's doing a good job of reading the play and making plays in the backfield.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line. Jackson Academy, what will they go with here? Steed's in the backfield, standing to the right of Kincaid Dent. He's got 3 receiver options. It'll go to the outside, and Steed is tripped up as Warman was trying to seal that outside man, and Raiders are losing yardage on this drive.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to be seeing here. They started on the 2, and now they're sitting on right about the 6-yard line with 3rd and goal. So really need to score here. Need to make this a 2-possession ball game as this clock's winding down in this 3rd quarter with 15 seconds to go.
If Weems wants to, he can let the clock completely run out on 3rd down. They don't have to snap it here. Down to 8 seconds and 5 seconds. Kincaid Dent, Coach Weems calling timeout, and you almost could hear over our crowd mics. The clock ran out, but did the timeout come before the clock ran out is the question. Will the Raiders be forced to burn a timeout or not? No, they did not get the timeout called in time. It worked out for the Raiders, and they'll have time to talk about it as Jackson Academy will be in the shadow of the
snap. Holiday going to give it to Cedric Beal off the right side. Cedric Beal to the 10, to the 5. He'll be knocked down right at the 1st down marker, and it very well could be close to a 1st down.
No signal as of yet.
It's going to be a yard short. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Be 3rd and 1 here for Madison Central from the Vikings 6-yard line. Cedric Beal sets up shop to the left of Holiday. Holiday ready for the snap. He takes it. Holiday gives it to Cedric Beal. He stood up, but he may have enough for the 1st down. It's all going to depend on the spot, Baxter.
It is. Young man slow to get up for Madison Central.
It's Cedric Beal. Cam White's ready to come back in, and they're going to say it's 4th down.
Again.
4th down and inches on the 6-yard, make it the 4-yard line. Holiday from the gun. Now Holiday quickly going to go up underneath center, and Holiday's going to try to squirt forward, and I think he does have the 1st down.
Looks that way. Got just enough timeout on the field by the officials. They unstack everybody.
We may have to measure this one. And now they mark it a 1st down. Bank plus 1st down for the Jaguars on the 4-yard line. Well, 3rd time's the charm, Baxter. Got to have a touchdown here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jaguars going to stay in the shotgun now. 1st and goal from the 4. Holiday with a high snap, fakes it, keeps it. He wants to run. He stood up at the 5-yard line.
Keeps going.
And now keeps going and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Madison Central. I got to see that one again.
That's Houdini Holloway, who escaped the grasp of the defender right at the line of scrimmage. Somehow got loose.
I got to see that one again. Holiday gets stood up, stays on his feet, spins out of the tackle, backs his way all the way, breaks the plane. Touchdown, Madison Central. The sophomore does it on his own after getting stood up at the 5-yard line and backs his way into the end zone. And now the Jaguars are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Cam White to the left. Holiday, long snap count, now wants to change the play. Jaguars trying to tie the ball game. Holiday awaits the snap. And now we got a timeout. Jaguars want it. Jaguars want to take a Firehouse Subs timeout. We'll do it with them back in 30 seconds on the Madison Central Football Network. MCBigBlue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Step into the turf, keep his footing, and dance for daylight. Raiders 17, MRA 7.
kickoff. Meridian turning
This
the
team
ball
is not going to go away. They didn't come 7-0 overnight. They work for it. They're not going to just give Rapids
man motion for Oak Grove. Number 33 gets the ball on the outside. He's hopping around, run down, trying to take the way. He'll be shoved out of bounds. Maybe got 2 yards in that play, so that'll bring up 3rd and long for Oak Grove again here.
Took it into the end zone
around
the right side.
A long 7. We'll say for the Warriors.
They didn't get it. The Gators have to. Somebody has to calm this defense down. Somebody has to calm this defense down.
10 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Plumlee drops back, rolling to the right, throws it behind his receiver, and that's going to fall incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down for Oak Grove. We'll see what their offense elects to do right here. Looks like it may be 4-down territory. Don't know if they will get ready to kick this ball. No, they won't. Their offense is going to come back on the field. So 4th down now here.
You have to say
for Oak Grove.
You have to say sound right now because you don't want them to draw you outside, cats.
If you drive buzzed,
because they have it. I don't know why they won't kick the ball over the field. They have a great kicker, but they might be trying to draw the cats outside.
Clock goes down to 15 seconds. Plumlee back in the shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Snaps the ball, drops back, looks over the middle, and throws to the sideline, and it is caught and complete for a 1st down. Ball goes down to the 5.
Jimmy Holiday brings his crew out here. You got to remember something, Baxter. This is a sophomore playing football here for the Jaguars at quarterback. Cam White to his right, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Holiday takes the snap. Holiday going to give it to Cam White. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion goes Cam White. And the Jaguars have tied the ball game at the 2:56 mark.
And great blocking along that left side. Madison Central able to push it in.
Cam White broke 2 tackles to get to the end zone.
Exactly.
And we're tied up all game, and it's all knotted up at 17.
On the last series, that could be huge because
that's going to give a false start on
the third quarter
Meridian.
As far as the time clock. That was a great job by Coach Meridian.
5 yards.
The offense doing what they were supposed to do, controlling the time clock there, moving the ball and controlling the clock. They can put that together in the fourth quarter. I think they're
like he took a very hard hit, but he bounced right
take care of the ball and minimize the penalties as well.
Taking the football is key at the 32.
41-7.
Barton. Plumlee takes the ball, dives inside, and he does make it for the touchdown. And that'll bring the score Oak Grove after the turnover 44, Meridian 27 at the 17-point lead there. And
for Tyler River to come in motion.
Just that turnover hurt them.
So great job by Sim.
Those penalties and turnovers been killing us all year.
He gets up off the bottom of
that.
How
many times have you seen it, Tim? We turn the ball over the 22 yards.
Right to left on your radio or your video screen as Kale Nation is ready to kick it away. And Kale Nation will get a leg into this one, and it's going to carry all the way to the end zone for the touchback.
So Warren Central will start at 20. Thank goodness. So giving Madison Central fits on kickoff returns tonight. Madison Central kicking it short most of the evening. But elected to go deep on that one.
2:56 to go in the ball game. The Vikings and the Jaguars tied at 17. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings on their own 20-yard line.
Madison Central defense once again will be called on. Get that ball back for the offensive unit.
Fred Barnum works at quarterback, keeps his tailback to his right. 3 receivers set to the left, 1 to the right. Barnum from the shotgun takes the snap, and Barnum going to give it to the first man through, and he goes nowhere. It's going to be a loss of 4 yards. Corey Wilson Jr. will be dropped for a 3-yard loss back to the 16-yard line.
Couldn't see who made that tackle, but somebody was in the backfield.
That was Indebelli. Kenneth Indebelli. 2nd down and 14 to go now for the Vikings. They're going to let the clock run.
See if we can get an eye on that one. Really?
Ooh.
If that was the block in the back, that's the weakest block in the back I've ever seen called.
Yeah.
He barely got touched.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't really hardly do anything except put his hands on him. But the young man, Tay Stewart, you just don't even put your hands out.
There's no need for it.
He wouldn't have made the tackle anyways. But, you know. he's a young player trying to make plays, and unfortunately,
Anthony Funches, ball a little underthrown, looked like he made a diving catch, but possession play for Warren Central.
It'll be a Grace crossing third down here for the Jaguar defense. 3rd and 14 from the Vikings 16. They need the 30-yard line. 2:10 to play. Clock stopped. 3 receivers set to the right, 1 to the left. Barnum with his tailback to his right. Barnum will take the snap. It's going to be the delayed draw, and nobody's home for the Jaguars. It's going to be a first down and more across the 45-yard line. The delayed draw worked to perfection.
Yeah, the draw play. Madison Central back in pass defense.
It'll be a first down all the way to the 46-yard line. Still in Viking territory. 1:58 to play. It's tied at 17. Trip receivers, 4 receivers over to the far side, 1 here to the near side. Ball in the near hash. They'll bring a man in motion. Barnum will take the snap. Barnum wanting to throw, looking deep, firing deep. Pass is almost picked off by the Jaguars. Cam White in coverage for Madison Central. The Vikings tried to get a bunch there at once, but threw into a bunch of Jaguar receivers. Cam White got his hand on the football, couldn't come down with it. And now with 1:35 to play, it's 2nd and 10 for the Vikings from their own 46. 2nd and 10, 1:35 play with the clock stopped, tied at 17. And Barnum will empty the backfield. 4 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Jaguars going to bring 3. And Barnum wants to keep it. Trying to get off that right side. Actually, that was Jalen Glass out of the Wildcat. Now we've got a flag down. That was Jalen Glass. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. That was Barnum. I apologize. And the penalty flag is more than likely going to go against the Vikings. Clock's going to stop at the 1:29 mark.
Holding against Warren Central's what the preliminary signal is. There's the official one.
That'll back them up.
Both squads with 2 timeouts remaining.
Put the ball back on the 35-yard line in Viking territory on their own 35. 1:29 to go. It'll bring up 2nd down at about 20. I'm going to say 2nd and 21. Clock rolling now with 1:24. Jaguars just trying to get this thing to overtime. Barnum will have 1 man in the backfield with him. That'll be Corey Wilson Jr., 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He'll move 1 over to his left, and he wants to throw. Got time, fires across the middle, pass is dropped. Pass is dropped. It was intended for Damon Patton, and it was in his hands. It comes out. It would have been short of the first down by a bunch, but he drops it, and it's 3rd down and 21 to go.
Ball thrown a touch behind him, had to reach back for it, but very catchable ball. More importantly, the clock stops. 3rd down play for Warren Central.
3rd and 21 here from their own 35. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Barnum with 1 man in the backfield. Don't fall for the draw again, and that's what they go for. This time the Jaguars will stop it. It'll only be a gain of 2 yards, and it'll be 4th down, and the Jaguars want a timeout, and they'll get it. Timeout on the field. Back in 30 seconds here on the Madison Central Football Network. MCBigBlue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Minutes and 44 seconds right now, and Raiders are up 17-7 here in this 4th quarter.
So it is 2nd and 12. Back to the MRA 26-yard line is where they go.
Some defense here.
See if we can find
Ball is snapped, handed off on the left side, and number 33 rolling out to the left side, picks up about 8 yards, and he's been rolling that right side all night long. That's got to be a strong side of their offensive line. They're running to it.
Right. He's following those blockers, and it's not getting a lot of pressure coming off that right side of the left side of that defensive line.
2nd and 1 now. Ball is handed off, and Plumlee keeps it up the middle, trying to rip that ball out of there. He's holding on to it there. He picks up
It's 84.
A gain of about 7 yards. It's going to bring it down to the 35-yard line of Meridian. So they are back in Meridian territory, 1st and 10 from the 35. 7:19 to go. And Cat's looking for a stop right here. Got to have a stop. You don't want them to get too far ahead of you again.
You got to stop. You got to stop him right here. Can't put him in field goal range.
No points. 0 points right here. You got to take it away. Need a turnover right here. 1st and 10. Oh, it's got to be false start.
And it's more than likely it is Vikings football on the 25-yard line.
Well, they rode running into the kicker.
And he was all down and acting like he was hurt till he figured out they'd fumbled it, and then he ran off backwards like he had no problem. Another mistake by the Jaguars, and that's a muffed punt, and the Vikings have it on the Jaguar 25 with 48.6 seconds to play.
Hey, T, I think we should give the kicker an acting point.
Yeah, he'll get an A in drama class. Is that what you're telling me?
So.
Wow, what a turn of events. Jaguar defense needs a turnover, needs something here. Barnum going to hand it off, and he's got the corner and more to the 20. Pushed out of bounds, and now a late flag.
Might be a block in the back or a hole, one or the other.
This is going to go against the Vikings, I believe.
Back to the MRA 26-yard line is where they go. Trent Tire slides to the left side of the formation. It provides protection there, as that was actually Pettigo, A deep ball wide open and touchdown for the Raiders. Hunt Stevens and Jackson Academy gets another one on the board at the 8:25 mark of quarter number 4. And that might be the icing on the cake for the JA Raiders here tonight.
Yeah, you got to think that will be, and that's just a great play call.
Two to the right. Barnum's going to empty the backfield. They're stacked in a line. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Barnum from the gun. The crowd comes alive, and Barnum wants to keep it. Up the middle he goes, and he'll make it all the way to the 20-yard line. Quarterback keeper all the way. And the clock winds to 29 seconds. Now timeout on the field. Warren Central wants to take the timeout. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds here on the Madison Central.
Fires back across the middle, finds Hunt Stevens in the end zone, and JA extends their lead to 17 here in Madison as the Raiders try to spoil homecoming night for MRA.
Of a turnover on downs and a fumble. So again, self-inflicted. There's nothing.
Joe Johnson reaches out and doesn't Odell Beckham on the snap. And reels it in and finds Wilbur on the slant route. Charles, honestly, the middle has been open all night. They're really sending the linebackers in.
We're having to limp around with that foot.
Yeah, it is Jungle, the Whataburger game of the week. And that's what it's been. We're all tied up at 17. There's 29 seconds on the clock. It's 2nd and 6 for the Vikings on the Madison Central 21 after the muff punt. And the Vikings just trying to get a little more, get down here and try to make a field goal. And it'll be at the 21-yard line. Barnum's going to get in the pistol, put Corey Wilson Jr. behind him. 2 receivers stacked in a line to each side. 2nd and 6. Barnum from the shotgun. Jaguars only going to bring 3 here. And Barnum going to give it to Wilson, and Wilson's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 2. And they're going to let the clock keep going. 19 seconds, 17 seconds, 16 seconds. I think they're going to wind it, maybe try to kick a field goal here. I don't know what they're doing. 12 seconds. It's 3rd down with a chance to run another play, and they're going to try to get it off here. Barnum with an empty backfield, and now they call a timeout with 3 seconds. Clock will roll down to 1.4, and I think they're going to elect to try to win it here on a field goal, Baxter.
I believe so.
The ball will be on the near hash.
So it'll be a 40-yard field goal attempt to win the ball game by Warren Central.
1.4 on the clock. Going to come down here to a kick. And boy, how much have special teams played into this ball game? A big return to set up a touchdown by the Vikings. Then you've got the muffed punt to set them up down here deep. Special teams have been the story of this ball game,
and not positives, but negatives.
Well, they're going to go for it. Or they got the kicker out there?
He's there.
Okay. Holdiness. It'll be, what we got, Baxter, a 39-yard attempt.
39 from the near hash mark.
All right, Matty Gall, give us a call. Jaguars going to try to call a timeout and ice him here, and they will. Jaguars will spend their last Firehouse Subs timeout. They've put 5 seconds back on the clock.
Falls short there. They'll bring up 3rd down 11.
Baby doll that no one will
Just
ever love.
Madison Central just
not going how we
covered it.
wanted to go. In the 3rd quarter, you know,
Now,
just not doing what we wanted to do.
Short setup with
We're going to take action.
3rd and 11 now.
I'm a witness.
I'm looking for something, and boy, they're starting to tie in.
For the Wildcats. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. We got Stringfellow goes in motion, a little pressure there. He throws the ball over the middle and it's knocked away. Looking for Rodriguez Mosley, and that's going to be a
Warren Central
39-yard attempt.
Yeah, Warren Central set up down here due to a muff punt and recovery as the Jaguar defense held them on downs.
Everybody on their feet. Holdiness will kick it from the 29-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard attempt. Maddie Gone, get ready.
I am, if you can hear me down here.
Waits the snap. Snap is back. The kick is on the way. It's got the length.
No.
And
It's no good.
It's no good, and we're going to play overtime.
They pushed it to the right.
He pushed it off to the right.
Had the length, as you said, JT, but did not hook into between the uprights for the young man.
And we're going to go to overtime. Let's take a quick 1-minute timeout. Back here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Then Joe Johnson, a 4-yard run and a 2-point
wherever they get the ball at, we need to stop. We need to stop. It's getting in the crucial part of the game, Cats. Let's go. Let's get a stop, Wildcats.
5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter here.
14-13, a 2-point conversion, no good. It was 10 and a half
handed
left
off
on that
the left side. 1 missed tackle, and number 33
touchdown.
Picks up about 8 yards. Once he gets rolling, it's hard to bring him down. He's a big back. It's hard to bring down once he gets to that 2nd level.
Left. It's been a good ball game. One of the better games that we've seen this year.
We haven't wrapped up the back. They just get through, so it's a lot of poor tackling on the Cats that make you pass a little bit.
2nd and 3 now.
Motion play action. Joe Johnson flushed out to his right, and Joe Johnson is
thrown down. Looks at number 85. He just drops it. He's open.
That's what I mentioned earlier. You got Big Montavious Thomas getting in the
drops that pass over the middle. Plumlee's got a lot of time back
giving
there.
Joe Johnson something he can feel.
He's just picking that defense
that's
apart.
what I spoke about. That's
no pressure, no pass rush whatsoever. So 3rd down,
and when throwing the ball away, you got to know where your receivers are.
Again,
you cannot
for
take
a
sack that far back behind the line of scrimmage with 5 minutes and 32 seconds left in the game against a team of this caliber.
You got the shotgun. He's got 3 wide.
You have to give yourself a chance to stay in this game.
33 is off and running to the left again, and he picks up enough of that 1st down.
As a matter of fact,
more than enough. He picked up about 11 yards there.
Right where he needed to be with that pass.
He was at the 38, and they're going to mark him down at the
that's what I was thinking about earlier. I said it should be 4th down. That was 4th down they were going for.
27, so 11 yards.
Absolutely. The 30-yard line.
Some more points on the board. I told you, Tim, it's more than a fight right now. It's all about pride right here. And I don't know how many points the Cats have given up at the race.
Coach, and that's for Joe. You got to give yourself a chance.
Looking at a record. Bust through the middle, number 33. He's heading towards the end zone, and he is brought down at the 1-yard line.
You got to give yourself a chance.
And
to
got somebody
they're not going to
hurt out there on the field.
Snap any of these balls.
We'll see who that is.
All right, 5 minutes left in the fourth. Second down and 5.
In the end zone.
You never want to see clear down on that field. So
Two minutes tackling and first down inside the 20 to 17
that's a
yard
wildcat.
The catch is Peyton Taylor.
In the middle of the end zone.
Down, favoring that left shoulder.
I guess we
He
had
made the
commercial break.
initial contact and Gabe had him.
30-second station break and come back.
Gabe Washington
Give you
had
an
him
update on who that is
by his
on
ankle.
your home for Wildcat Football
That would
95.1.
explain why the receiver was able to break free.
You've probably heard by now that we're changing.
At the 10-yard line, trying to score into the south end zone as we're here in the overtime. Madison Central and Warren Central. And boy, what a big game. You know, we talked about this going into this. You really give yourself a leg up in this if you can win this ball game. This is district play, and it's all on the line here. Jaguars really played hard here tonight, but some mistakes have caused them some points here tonight, including twice inside the 5. They come up with nothing. I think they found an extra volume knob in that Jumbotron tonight, too, as we go into this overtime. Well, you get your money's worth here if you bought a ticket at Madison Central tonight here in the Whataburger Game of the Week, in the jungle. And the Jaguars will go first on offense from the 10-yard line, trying to get into the south end zone. As we await play.
Madison Central not much at all in the passing game tonight. Have been pretty much on the ground all night long.
Well, this is where you find out.
In the backfield, play action for
59.
Williams being
Okay,
chased,
don't give him
being
the 59.
flushed,
Let's
steps
get
out of a
let's get
tackle,
a
and
stop.
down he goes out
Ball
the
snap,
35-yard
hand
line.
it off,
Big
and does he get in the end zone?
17.
Yes, he
Antonio
does.
Calvin and Nick Anderson.
So 58 right now is the
for
score.
that sack.
58-27. They're up by
That
3
was a
scores
huge
right now.
loss there
Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back.
for
Let me recalculate.
Cleveland Central.
That's a
They just want to take time off the clock here.
31-point lead now
As I mentioned,
for Oak Grove.
Williams not as mobile as he was in the first quarter because he's
Held
still
that out of
facing
hand.
that left ankle.
His third quarter.
And
Quickly.
I'm just convinced that if the Gators can continue to get pressure on him, he's not going to be running.
Kick, ball's back. Kick is up.
Along with Cedric Beal. First and goal from the 10. The sophomore worked from the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. And he's going to give it to Cedric Beal, and he maybe gets a yard inside the 9. Just tried to go up the gut, and nothing there.
Absolutely nothing.
It'll be second and goal. They're going to say no gain. Second and goal from the 10-yard line. As the Jaguars again will line up 2 receivers left, 1 right. Holiday from the shotgun. He'll take the snap, and Holiday wants to keep it. And Holiday only going to get a couple down to the 8-yard line. Read option. Holiday tried to keep it. He gets a pickup of about a yard, maybe 2. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8 now for Madison Central. Make it 3rd down and 9.
Well, Holiday made the correct read as they had Cedric Beal covered up. Tried to find a seam, nothing there.
3rd down and 9 for the Jaguars here in overtime. They say 3rd and 8. Holiday from the shotgun. Holiday takes the snap, wants to throw. Fade route to Blaylock. Touchdown, Jaguars!
Hunter Blaylock at the pylon, just out jumps the defender. Beautiful pass.
Perfectly end zone. The coffin corner, and the Jaguars go up 23-17. We'll look at it on the Georgia Blue replay. Up and over, and never even a chance. And you saw Dr. McGee in the replay put up his hands in the formation of the touchdown. Kale Nation now for the point after to make it 24-17 if he's successful. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is on the way. And
It's good.
It is good. 24-17. Jaguars on 3rd down and 9. Throw the fade route to the coffin corner to Hunter Blaylock. And the Jaguars take a touchdown lead here in overtime, and it'll be Warren Central's turn.
Jag defense be called on once again.
Jaguars have not thrown it much tonight, but boy, that was a pass when the doctor ordered it.
Well, caught Warren Central a little bit off guard. They were expecting to run, but just a great pass and a nice catch by Blaylock. Good execution.
Here comes Fred Barnum. He'll keep Corey Wilson Jr. in the backfield with him. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Barnum from the shotgun. Jaguar crowd on their feet. Barnum from the shotgun takes the snap. Barnum wants to throw, fired across the middle. Pass is broken up. I couldn't tell if that was Cam White or Luckett. It was Luckett in coverage.
No, it's Cam White.
Was Cam White.
Cam White, nice job. Watching the hands of the receiver, just raked it out of his hands on the slant route.
2nd down and 10. And Cam White swipes that ball away. 2nd and 10 now here in overtime. Jaguars leading by a touchdown now. Barnum with an empty backfield, brings a man in motion, takes the snap. He wants to throw, fires for the fade route. His man's wide open, and the Vikings score. And they score the touchdown. Pulled a wheel route out of the backfield, got him isolated on that corner, and it's a touchdown, and it's 24-23.
Extra point pending for Warren Central.
And we may do it again. Holding-us for the point after touchdown, trying to tie it back up. 24-23. Jaguars are coming. Snap is down. The kick is on the way. It's good. And we're tied at 24. So guess what? We do it again.
Do it all over.
We do it all over again. We'll take a quick 30-second message. Back in 30 seconds here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Right here. Yeah, different look here. Joe Johnson back to pass.
Let's see what happens.
Throws in the same list that catch and a drop. Wilbur caught it.
And I mean, you're just trying to find something to give you that spark, give you a piece of life right here, to keep them from getting that end zone. Really and truly, that is the honest truth right here. Another onside kick right here. Good opportunity. And let's see who gets on it. We'll see if Meridian gets it.
So we'll turn our attention.
And no,
now you know
had
what?
a chance though.
I would have punted deep. I kicked it out deep. Made them drive it into the field. Now we don't want.
Jags on defense, Warren Central on offense. Everybody on their feet here tonight. Boy, Banks, you go back and you think about twice in that red zone.
Yeah, big.
Once at 4th and inches and once at 4th and about 4. And the Jaguars came away with nothing. So here we go. Vikings will spread the field. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. As it'll be Barnum with an empty backfield, brings Wilson in motion, and he'll be dropped. Our 5-yard loss back at the 15. Corey Wilson Jr., they tried the speed play.
Tay Berry on the tackle in the backfield for Madison Central.
Actually, that's Truett Bourne.
Truett
Bourne on the tackle. So it's 2nd and 15, or 2nd and goal from the 15. Barnum will line up Wilson to his left. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Jaguars still only going to bring 3. Barnum takes it. Play action, wants to throw, fires across the middle. Pass is caught at the 5-yard line. As it's Colin Standish who comes down with it, and it'll be 3rd and goal now from the 6-yard line. Well, this is your play right here, Baxter. You keep them out of the end zone and force them into a field goal. Yeah, they're going to quickly come out of a huddle and break it here. Jaguars trying to catch their defense asleep. Empty backfield for Barnum. Barnum takes the snap. Barnum wants to throw. Barnum to the back of the end zone, and it's incomplete. And now decision time for the Vikings. You got to take You got to come down with the field goal. You got to have the points here.
Ball well overthrown. Illegal procedure against Warren Central is going to be declined by Madison Central.
Yeah, it'll be a legal procedure decline, so it'll be 4th down from the 5-yard line.
And no field goal unit yet.
Yeah, I believe they're bringing them out now.
That looks like them.
Barnum's the holder. And they will bring out Holdiness. Hank Holdiness.
Be a field goal attempt. Supposedly.
Be about a 23-yard attempt. He pushed one right or what last time up. And he'll attempt the field goal here in overtime. Snap is back. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So it's 27-24. 27-24. Jaguars, if they can score a touchdown, will win the football game. Back in 30 seconds here on the Madison Central Football Network.
He has second down on the marker now.
So 1:13 left.
Yeah.
It's first down on that
getting
pass
an injured player for Oak Grove off the field. And
is it first or second?
Second and 6 now for Oak Grove. Ball's at 42-yard line.
Tyler Wilbur has to bring that one in.
One man in motion is number 2.
He has to bring that one in.
Takes the ball, he gets it on that left side, and he's running up the left side. Don't have a hold here.
He has the first.
That's going to come
you
back.
don't get
That's
an automatic first down in high school. You don't get an automatic first down in high school, and that's the whoever's holding that marker. He has been doing that all night long.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
On a run pass option.
Holiday all the way to the end zone, and the Jaguars will win the football game 30-27.
Holiday, they put it in his hand outside untouched into the end zone. What a ball game here to Jungle tonight.
Touchdown, Madison Central. Let's take a look at that one, guys. Jimmy Holiday fakes it to Cedric Bill, rolls to his right, fakes the pass, goes into the end zone, barely a hand on him, and the Jaguars kick the point after touchdown here.
Let's see what they're discussing out there. But
unless there was a flag, I didn't see one. Coach Hart wants an explanation. And I guess they're going to make him kick the field goal.
Kick the extra point. But Holiday had 2 men open in the end zone on that run pass option.
And elected to keep it.
And that's why throw it. So Madison Central.
I don't understand why, but they're going to make them attempt the field goal, the point after touchdown here.
Well,
okay.
We'll do that.
Well, we can do that too.
So the field goal unit will check in to kick this extra point.
And now we've got a whistle and the point after. I don't think anybody knows what's going on right now.
Timeout, Madison Central. What?
Well, Bags, I don't understand why we're kicking the point after. The ball game should be over.
Possibly in high school.
That's a new one for me. Maybe we can get an explanation. Maddie, that'll be a great question to ask Coach Hart. Why did we have to kick the extra point? Huh? Okay, point differential for standings. Thank you for that information.
That's exactly. It counts when it comes to playoff time.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me now.
Margin of victory and points scored, scored against, and all that.
You know, Bax, I always say you learn something new every day.
Absolutely.
Never mind that question, Matty Gall. So the Jaguars will try to make it 31. They're going to win this ball game in double overtime. And we await the snap. The snap is back. The kick is on the way, and it is good. The Jaguars win the ball game 31-27 in double overtime here tonight. And it was everything as it was advertised.
The Central away couldn't do it. And Cleveland Central made a couple of plays in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Gators 14-0 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I'm with Coach Whalen. They beat themselves on tonight, and the Vicksburg Gators didn't get beat by Cleveland Central. The Vicksburg Gators beat themselves tonight, and they did a great job at it. It was just some untimely things. They did some things right tonight, and I can't take that from them. But they also did some things that were untimely, and unfortunately, there were some pivotal things that happened, and they're going away with the nail tonight.
All right, we'll take a break, a 1-minute timeout. We'll recap the action and wrap it up as the Gators lose a tough district game here at home. Final score, Cleveland Central 21 and the Vicksburg Gators 14. Back in a minute on AM 1490 and 107.7 FM.
Coach, congratulations.
That's what you got to come off of. You can't dwell on what they did tonight. Just coming out from the get-go, just, I said the word earlier, just pounding the opposition and dominating early on, and then just letting the rest of the team come in and get a lot of reps in as well. It was a joy to watch, and Coach Collins, he did well. They all did well to come in. I like the way that they take accountability for any shortcomings. And
welcome back into the High School Football Network Blue Zone. I'm Jeremy Kennedy. A big one tonight for Madison Central. The Jaguars survive at home against Warren Central, 31-27 in double overtime. One of the better finishes we've had this year. A big win for Madison Central as they continue to be one of the top teams in the state of Mississippi, trying to be the team to beat in 6A. We've also had a really big win for Jackson Academy as they knock off MRA 30-7. Raiders with a huge road win. This was a 10-7 game in the third quarter before they put their foot on the gas. The game you're watching, Oak Grove and Meridian, you can continue to watch on the High School Football Network app in its entirety as the High School Football Network Blue Zone is about to bid you adieu for this Friday night. All the games you can find each and every week on the High School Football Network app. Go into the iTunes store, download the app for free. You get a lot of great prospect information. The top 50 players in Mississippi are ranked, bios, videos, and schools of interest for their recruiting as well. As always, we thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week on the High School Football Network Blue Zone.